Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. I am Pete Bingham, or Princess Pete, as everybody calls me, and I'm all on my own tonight. The client's still not got any internet, because someone cut through the internet cables near his house. That was very friendly of them. I may be joined later, I'm not sure yet, by Mr. Wobbly Kneecaps. That'll have to be after the watershed for sure. So I'm doing the commentary, I'm doing the cameras, I'm doing the refreshments. I think I've listed myself in for virtually everything tonight. We are at Oschersleben for rounds 6 and 7 of the season 14 of Simability V8ESC. We have a 22-degree track. We have, I don't know how many races it is at the moment. It was 17 and it was growing, so a good size field for V8s. We've got all our favourite names here, with the exception of Tony Klusterman, who's got real life commitments that he needs to adhere to, and a couple of others who've got childcare issues and whatnot. So we've still got 17 gladiators in the V8s to duke it out. Let's talk about this track. So Oschersleben in Germany, it's quite a tight and twisty midfield section. We've got a standard start-finish straight. This one's not on a bend, this is an actual straight. Goes into a series of very tight and twisting turns before we head out onto the backstretch, through a little chicane, onto the backstretch, through a very open right-left chicane, and then into something that might remind you of, excuse me, somewhere like Barcelona with that last corner on the track. We'll go on board with somebody shortly and find out about all of that. Currently, we are in open qualifying. Nobody's set a time yet. We've joined at just the right time. So, how many races do we have? It won't show me yet, will it, of course? Everything seems to be working tonight, so I've probably cursed all the technical gremlins. Pit lane entry here is a bit tasty because it happens before the last turn, and it is a very long distance to pit road. So, in the sprint race, that won't feature at all. But in the feature race, it certainly will, as Tyler puts the first time on the board at 124.484 and gets immediately overhauled by his teammate Adam Wright for BSTV Sports Green, both of those cars. But let's talk about the championship. So, up to this point, Johnny Brandon is your series leader for XVR OAPs. He's lightning quick in virtually every car. He won the Clio Cup Series last night. He is the Clio Cup champion at BSTV. Simon Trendle is in second place in the championship.
Not good.
That must be a wobbly.
I forgot that I have this message when I
So, good evening to Wobbly. How you doing?
Not good.
You're doing that well. Right, excellent.
Yes. Well, I'm tired, but I'm here.
Why are you tired? All you've been doing is running around all day.
I came in 8th.
You came in 8th. 8th isn't first.
No, but it's good enough.
Good enough for what? Good enough? That doesn't sound like any Wobbly I know. It should have been like use your right foot wobbly or something. I don't know. But yes.
Running, Pete.
Yeah.
I only used my right foot. Yeah, I only used my right foot. I think that was my mistake. I only used my right foot.
I think so. So let me just get your volume into the right band. There we go. And turn me down a bit because I was a bit loud.
You're always loud.
I'm not always loud. You're always loud.
Oh, mate, listen up.
What?
Why I got 2. Give me 2.
What?
So, what do you call a Chinese billionaire?
Oh no, we're gonna get banned.
No, not.
Don't know.
Ka-ching!
No, I have heard that before actually.
Okay, and another one. Why are pussycats not allowed to drive boats or drive boats?
Because they don't have opposable thumbs. That's the scientific answer.
No, but you didn't let me finish the joke.
Oh.
Why are pussycats not allowed to steer a boat in Germany?
In Germany? Don't know.
Because that is verboten.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Okay,
let's hope that all finishes. I hope you got some fun facts from Germany.
Yeah,
You go and work on that. I'll carry on talking everybody through the standings. So, Johnny Brandon on 818 points, Simon Trendle on 780, so there is very little in it. Even this far into the season, we've had 5 races, one of which was an endurance race last time at Willow Springs. And then Bob Woodhouse is in third on 745. Tony Klusterman, who's not with us tonight, is on 617. Adam Wright, who's clearly here because he put a time up at the top spot, it's been beaten now, but he's on 573. That's your top 5, so it's quite tight at the very top, the first 3 positions. And then it starts to get little mini battles as you go down the overall standings. 6th is Anne Woodward, 7th is Vincent Skillbeck, who's just done a really good time. 8th is Bram Dubois, 9th is Jamie Wilson, and then rounding out the top 10 is our very own BSTV, Rob Venn. So, let's talk about team standings. NQR Europe lead the way on 1,334. That's Ant Woodward's crew. Where is Ant here? I've got his feet on the screen, so I'm hoping the rest of him is there. Yeah, so from time to time we will see these little dancing feet as he does his heel toe around the track. I don't know how he does that. Do you do heel toe wobbly?
Oh man, I'm an auto blipper. I don't care.
Oh right, good lad, good lad. I can't do the heel toe thing. I auto blip. Not very good. So yeah, we'll see a bit of his feet later again. And then we've got Team Chimera in second on 1,319. XVR OAPs on 1,288. BSTV Sports Green on 1066. NQR North America round out your top 5 on 966 points. So again, still very, very tight in this series for the teams. Driver of the meeting, Bram Dubois, has 2 votes, and there are 4 others on 1. Andrew Wood, Vincent Skillbeck, Ant Woodward, and Johnny Brandon. Safe Driver Award is currently held by Andrew Wood. He's got no incidents whatsoever, and he's done 784 laps, so good lad. Jack Wells is in second on 0.00519 incidents per turn. And then Bob Woodhouse is the first driver to have done a significant amount of laps, 2,306, and he's got 0.00607, so all of that's on the website. And then the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award is currently being headed up by this man, Simon Trendle, with 20 positions gained by overtaking. Then it's Ivan Bowmans in second place. I don't know that Ivan's here, or that he's racing with us for the season, I don't know. But Rob Venn is in third on 18 overtakes as well, so they're joint second, Ivan and Rob. And then Johnny Brandon is in fourth on 17. Fifth is Bram Dubois, who had a great outing last time, and he's got 16 overtakes to his name. So a lot going on, and some really good numbers being put up by a lot of different drivers there. We have 2 races for you tonight, a half-hour sprint race, a 1-hour endurance race where they have to pit the car, otherwise they'll run out of fuel. They'll run out of tyres before they run out of fuel. I don't know how many stops this will be, probably 1. And yeah, our next rounds 8 and 9 will go to rounds 8 and 9 will go to Jerez GP circuit, and that's on September 9th. So that's everybody up to date with everything wobbly.
Okay.
Including me, because some of that was new to me. Oschersleben, you've driven around here a lot because I've commentated on races that you've done around here.
That's not true.
Is it not? Are you sure?
No, I am completely sure because
you don't even own it.
I own it,
Yeah.
but I thought that yesterday we did the Clio broadcast, and I thought we were gonna do Retskuben, and I forgot there was this one.
Okay.
And I drove this one once. Is this true? Yes, once.
Yeah.
In a test drive.
Oh, is that it?
In GT3 in week 13, and I never booted it up again.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you managed to dodge it then. For some reason, I thought you had done one, at least one here. Okay, so we're already through the first 2 turns with Mr. Simon Trendle, out onto this short sprint section down to this left-hander, which is about turn 3 or something. Very tight. It lasts forever, this turn, and then it straightens out again. And then you fire it down here. Another left-hander coming up. before you get into an everlasting, or it feels like an everlasting. Oh, this is the triple left. This is called. I don't know why. And then this right-hander goes on forever. Keeps going even when the rumble strip disappears, and then you've got another right-hander through a tight chicane. It's a fast one though, and then you're on the back stretch. So this is drafting territory. You can even see the open chicane which follows. So to the left here, and then you're going to fire it right then left. So you need to get rid of your speed, especially in this car where the back end wants to swap with you on the first one, definitely. And then get to the left-hand side of the track because you're going to turn right. Fairly sharp, about 90 degrees. That's pit lane entry there, and that'll be a feature of the second race. And then you're back on the start-finish straight. It's a very hectic track, wobbly, and it's very difficult to overtake in a V8. It's easier in some other cars, but this one, because of the V8, you need such a long run to get a decent draft. It's quite challenging to overtake.
It seems to. As I said, I only drove it once. I know the track because I saw. If I'm correct, I think I saw the European TCR cars drive over this one, and I think in overall after 20 minutes there were only 6 overtakes.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then after that, well, and the second race was more hectic, but. The first race they only had 6 overtakes, which gives you all the facts about how hard is it to overtake on this track. Because they're all quite sweeping fast corners. They're all quite 90-degree corners, and you have to get a good exit, and you can get side by side, but the person on the outside is getting a better line because it's not as punty on the front end. And then you end up going through the chicanes already, like we see on screen. And I think that if you manage, overtaking is definitely possible.
Oh yeah,
if you manage to stick your car on the inside, it doesn't mean that the overtake is done. It almost feels like Montegui in that sort of manner.
Yes, and because it's very fast straights and very tight turns, I mean, you can see some of those, particularly turn 2. I mean, you go over the start-finish straight where car 666 is 668 rather. Bram de Bois, you do this left-hander, and then this is a very, very tight right-hander. That's going to really hurt your tyres in this car, isn't it? Those fronts, especially the left front, are going to get absolutely smashed to pieces.
Yeah, they're completely going to get hammered.
As he goes round, sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. That's not good for the tyres. No, but you're completely right. And one of the most important things that this keeps getting up every race, every V8 race. The tires, like the tires in GT3, the tires in GT4 and TCR, they're all quite similar. They behave in a similar way. But the tires from the V8s, they're different. If you don't nurse them, you're gonna get hammered after 6-7 laps. You're gonna see a drop off of pace which is immense. I just did that as well.
Did you really? Excellent.
Yeah. I tried to do that in the mic, but I didn't pick it up.
I just don't care.
I mean, I can ring again because I don't have a run. I have to go to run some. I have a run. Whatever. Not important. But you have to nurse the tires. And there are people like, I think Tyler is one of those people, because he fuel saves a lot. You're instantly not taking every life out of the tire which is in it.
Right.
And Trendle, Johnny Brandon, I don't know his driving style good enough to comment on that, but for Simon Trendle, I know he's driving in a similar manner. Well, I know from Adam Wright, he's more of a pushing kind of guy. Pushing kind of guy. He forces the tires to heat up a little bit more, and he fuel saves less, and you instantly notice that. He is able to drive a good pace, but it probably costs him not to take full advantage of the tires.
Yeah. Right, so we've finished qualifying, so I better get on with reading out the grid. Right, so round 6, your first round here at Oschersleben tonight. Simon Trendle is your pole man. He's done a brilliant time there, and I'm trying to read the damn thing, but I can't. For Team Chimera, 124 is that? Yeah, something like that. Johnny Brandon off second for XVR OAPs. Third will be Tyler Newitt for BSTV Sports Green. Fourth will be Vincent Skillbait. That's a good showing from Vincent for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Victor Tanaka off fifth for NQR North America. Sixth was Adam Wright, or it will be Adam Wright, for BSTV Esports Green. Everybody should be worried around him. Seventh will be Bob Woodhouse for NQR Europe. Eighth will be Bram de Bois for NQR Europe as well. Jamie Wilson goes off 9th for Team Chimera. Greg Carr off 10th for NQR North America. 11th will be Phil Keck for Hydra Race Racing Forces. 12th will be Ant Woodward for NQR Europe. Often see him a bit further up the field, it has to be said. Rob Venn will go off 13th for BSTV Esports Green. 14th will be Stacey Boyd. Andrew Wood will go off 15th for Team Chimera. Shubham Vasaikar will go off 16th for Hydra Race Racing Forces. And Jonathan Cole will bring up the rear of the field in 17th tonight. It's a good, strong field, Wobbly. 17 cars, a very tight track like we have now. It's going to be a bit of a brawl, this sprint race, and we often feel like we're watching two sprint races back to back. But that's a terrible camera angle to start with. We'll go with this one.
I'm quite surprised. I mean, we've been commentating on the Clios yesterday, and now I feel like I'm looking at the same three top runners, just in a different order. Like now, Simon is a quicker one, as it seems for the qualifying at least. But the lights are turning on, Pete. So let's get to that.
Let's get racing. Lights are on, and they'll go out. They've held them for a little while there. Everybody looks to get away cleanly. Very nice. Simon Trendle's got a blinder, as has Tyler.
Yeah, and I think that Victor Tanaka has also looked pretty quick off the line. He's also already attacking Johnny on the inside, sticking it in. Johnny is forced to the outside, and right behind him, Adam Wright is trying to get a look in as well, but he seems to be consolidating that place. At the back of the field, we see a couple of cars going a little bit more wide than expected, and we see, I think, Craig, I always forget his name.
Greg Carr.
Again, Greg Carr, thank you, trying to do a move with Jamie Wilson. And this is the 90-degree corner I was talking about. He's getting it on the inside. He's almost getting it done, but because of the longer line, Jamie is able to defend this.
Yep, that was a good attempt. Just going back to Johnny, Brandon and Victor. They're best of friends on the chats on Discord lately, so that might brew up later. We'll see what happens there.
I have one comment about that.
Really? Everybody's got a comment about it?
No. My comment about it is that, I mean, I've been discussing, I had a discussion with TCR and with Lee Bowden, and it all ended up that, well, we don't agree, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think that's good. And I think that my advice would be to Johnny and Victor, just leave it at that.
Yeah, just let it die, yeah. One big loser from the start, and I'm surprised, is Vincent Skillback. We've not even done a lap yet. It's quite a challenging lap, this. There's a lot going on each lap. But Vincent's down 3 positions. He must have got a terrible start. Starting's not one of his fortes, it has to be said. And Tyler Newitt is really under pressure from Victor Tanaka.
When he's trying to send it really late, but I think that Tyler is able to hold on this one because he has the inside line. But now, it has a small opening for Johnny to try and gap that as well. But it seems that Victor got away with that because of the good exit.
Yep, he kind of took a bigger sweeping line through the second corner and was able to block off any attempts by Johnny. We're getting a bit racy further back again as well. So Jamie Wilson has shrugged off Greg Carr's affections and is now on the back of Bram de Bois, who had a great race last time.
Yeah, I haven't seen the race again. I haven't seen any of the V8 races. I'm just here because Clyde isn't here.
Yes. So it's still unforgivable that Wobbly doesn't watch the V8 races, but well, you know, he's too busy racing with his new best friends, of course.
Well, to be honest, I got. If it settled down, oh, there's somebody going a little bit wide. There was Jamie outbraking himself.
Yeah, it was.
But he managed to salvage that. But he's instantly all under pressure from Greg Carr again. Is he able to hold this one? Because it looks really close, and his tires are gonna be heated up like lightning, like lava. And it seems like he's getting a good exit. But if Carr, Jesus Christ, sorry, Greg Carr. I don't know why I struggle with his name. I don't know. Sorry, Greg. If he was able to get a good exit, he might have tried to get it on the inside, but. Yeah, it's so hard to overtake on the first corner because you go on the left and then you go to the right again, and if you attack, you're on the wrong side, and it's an easy corner to defend. Yeah,
this is Phil Keck. Was under pressure, lots of it from Stacey Boyd, and he's been overtaken there now, or rather Stacey defended the position. Rob Venn is now the one bearing down on Phil Keck. We've seen this before from Phil Keck. He drops down the field at the start and then comes back later on. Must prefer the tyres when they're a bit worn.
Side and a small lock up. He saw that coming, and that's a good avoiding move from Cole.
Yeah, Jonathan Cole.
Jonathan Cole.
Yeah, he's lost a position in all that though, and that's on.
Yeah, but good on him for seeing that what's going on. Like he saw it happening on his right, and I think that's all on him for not causing an incident.
So we didn't spot this much further back in the field at the start.
Oh no, we definitely
didn't.
Oh,
and he got a smack on his bottom for his troubles there. So yeah, he got I don't know whether he was in complete control of the car, but he definitely got turned by Phil Keck. But I think he drove across the front of him. So as he starts to fight his way back through the field, he's just past he's just past Andrew Wood. Yeah, I got that right. I thought I got it wrong. And Phil Keck and Stacey are still going at it back here. Racing's at the back of the field here at the minute, Wobbly.
And this is the line. And is he able to hold it? But you see that? I think that. Wait, I don't know if the name's. I'm completely shut with the names.
Phil Keck is the Hydra Race Racing Forces.
Thank you.
car.
I think that Phil Keck wheeled out on that one. It looked like he just agreed that the Boyd is quicker. He just held back a little bit, and that's fine. I think that's smart racing.
Yeah, very much so.
Sorry for me not knowing all the names.
No, it's fine. It's not a series that you're focused upon. As I think that was Jamie. Ooh, where's Stacey Boyd gone? There's a lot going on at the minute. Oh, it was Greg Carr passing Jamie Wilson, as if Jamie Wilson had gone off track. Oh, there's an overtake there from Vincent Skillback. I think he nearly got two cars in one turn there. He did. Oh, no, he didn't. It was just swapping positions with Bob Woodhouse. Excuse me.
And it seems that Victor is really pressuring Tyler. On the straight, he was within 0.2 of a second. And I've been keeping an eye on that gap, and it's never going up further than half a second.
No.
So that means that it's just an SDK fluctuation, probably. And he's within 0.3 the whole time. Oh, who's that?
Stacey Boyd. Not sure what's gone on with Stacey. Let's have a look. Looks like he's just looped it in the really tight right-hander. So he's gone in hot, I think.
Yeah, he carried too much speed, and he tried to salvage it, hit the grass, and then the rears started lighting up.
Yeah.
I think he. This is a safe rejoin, by the way. So kudos on him for that.
Yeah, he waited for quite a long time. He didn't try and shove himself back on track because he'd have been right on the racing line.
Oh, do you remember the race we watched together on Detroit?
Belle Isle, right? Okay.
Yeah, Belle Isle, and then we had this NQR guys flying information the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This shot completely reminded me of that because I see those three NQR cars back to back.
Yeah.
It's like the same situation.
Well, I'm still getting used to the paint scheme for the NQR cars. I'm used to seeing them in blue and green. So the red and the black and the white is a new development.
Multi-21 right there, and it's causing him.
Oh, that's going to put Jamie Wilson right in this.
Jamie is having none of this. He's trying to take advantage of it as well. I think that's it looked like a multi-21, but it's a risky one because Jamie is so close, and now Jamie might be able to get a swooping line, maybe cut back, and try to get on the inside line again. It takes so much speed through that. I think he had to back off mid-corner.
Yeah, I think so as well. Oh, it's going on behind again. So this is going on. I mean, V8s give us such good racing every time they race.
By the way, Pete,
yeah.
you don't live in Germany, right?
I don't live in Germany, no.
No, because I know you go to the toilet a lot. I mean, let's be honest.
Right. But what's the crazy German fact?
You're not allowed to flush your toilet after 10 p.m.
What? Ever?
Ever. It's
wow.
Illegal. You get a fine.
No
you get
way.
a fine. Yes.
That's crazy. I'm not going to Germany ever.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Right, that's Jamie Wilson getting super wide. ran out of track there. Let's go and have a look at what's happening at the very front. So Simon Trendle has a 1.6 second lead, 1.7 nearly, and looks very much in control of this sprint race up to this point. Tyler Newitt, very fast in this car this season, currently has Victor Tanaka breathing down his neck. I'm just going to go and look at the standings again, because it's Johnny Brandon that's leading the championship at the moment. And this will definitely make the championship a lot more interesting if they finish like this. So Simon Trendle's going to get a lot more points at the moment than Johnny Brandon. Johnny Brandon's back in 5th place. Victor Tanaka is really, really pressuring Tyler, though. Seems very controlled at the moment. The furthest forward of the NQR cars tonight. And then they've got a 1.6 seconds gap back to Adam Wright, who's got Johnny Brandon for company. And then we've got, 2 seconds back to Vincent, who brings all these NQR cars with him. There's an NQR freight train behind him.
But it doesn't look like Vincent is the slowest of the bunch. He's not holding them back. It seems like he is dictating the pace at the front, and the others are just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, I mean, he gridded the car in 4th. He's clearly got pace. He had a bit of a wobble off the start, and I think it set him back somewhat. So he'll probably end up. Sorry, I got Alex Sevillano Ledo laughing at what I wrote to Alan Toon on the chat. But yeah, Vincent is a very, very accomplished driver. Races in Scots, yeah, he's super rapid. He's not always got luck on his side, and he's certainly not got netcode or solid air on his side. Let's go back here, because Jamie Wilson's found Bram Dubois again after his little indiscretion. Not at this corner, but it was a right-hander. It was a different one further down the track.
Yeah, I think that Jamie, if he stops making those small mistakes at the moment, then he has more pace than Bram Dubois. I call him Barap from now on. Barap. that is how you pronounce it. I think he's Belgian though, but
Right.
But I think as it seems that Jamie is taking better lines through the corners. He has more grip, and he seems to be hammering the tires less. There's a lot of smoke right there. And who's that? That's Victor Tanaka. That maybe. That was free wide of the straight.
Sorry. I'm going back.
F1 director right there. Oh man. So now Jamie is next to Bram Dubois, and is he getting it done? He's getting super wide. Bram is getting a better line. Is he gonna get pulled out of the way? And I think he just pulled a blinder on him.
Yeah, and Victor. Now he's got damage on the front right of that car.
Yeah, he hit.
Very difficult to control looking at it. But he's through on Bram.
He clipped the grass a little bit when on entry there, so that might be the loss of choice.
I don't think grass. Oh right, you mean on that corner? Right. Okay, fair enough. Okay,
so I think we haven't seen the incident yet, but I expect that it was a scent somewhere. Or maybe
is this linked to the chat on Discord by any chance? He does seem quite far away though. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, he got a tyre off. And that's a big hit actually in a V8.
I would blame Johnny.
Brilliant. Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Johnny's to blame. Johnny's to blame. Right,
no, that's unfortunate. Just the the tiniest margins of mistakes, and gets him shut off into the right-hand side, into the barrier.
Yeah.
And now it's just a recovery run. There is a reverse grid for this one, right?
There is, yes. Do I remember how many places it is? No.
Probably 8 then.
I think it's 10.
But then I should. Victor, don't overtake anyone anymore.
Yeah. I don't remember though. That's a bit of a problem actually, isn't it? So let's see. Simon Trendle has got an even bigger lead than ever now. This is what 3.4 seconds looks like. Back to Tyler Newitt, and then Tyler's got a bit of a comfortable run now. Back to Johnny. Johnny overtook Adam just a few minutes ago whilst we were watching Victor rearrange the front of his car. This was the overtake.
little bit wide from Adam, and it seemed that Johnny's rear just gripped up better than Adam on the straight. Got alongside him, which is a smart move because now he's on the proper side to turn in the car. Instead of you going on the inside, you want to be on the right side there, so you can defend on this corner instantly. You see Adam having to back off because of the apex. But it's always dangerous when Adam is around because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, lethal.
It's bin it or bin it, you know.
Bin it or bin it, yeah, I like it. Isn't he called Adam Dharma in the Clio League?
Yeah, definitely, because he killed a lot of people. He killed his teammate yesterday, remember?
Yes, he did. Yeah, it was a proper annihilation. So Phil Keck in a sandwich here between Rob Van, who got past him eventually, and Ant Woodward, who's on a mega recovery now. Greg Cart doing very well. He's only had 2 positions donated to him, one in the form of Victor Tanaka and one in the form of Bram de Bois.
And it still seems that Jamie keeps on pressuring the NQR cars. It's like him against NQR today. Can we agree that because you did the F1 director shot, that we just rule out Simon at this point? He's like Max Verstappen, so just ignore him, and then the championship is great.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll ignore him. Andrew Wood is closing in on Shubham Vasaikar.
Sorry, can you pronounce it again?
Shubham Vasaikar.
Shubham Vasaikar. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. This is a name that I managed to get pretty much right first time. Clyde still doesn't know how to do it.
Oh, but Clyde doesn't know how to do anything.
No, he doesn't. Can't even make his internet work. I mean, jeez.
Come on. It looked like he went
Andrew Wood, yeah.
Andrew Wood went really wide, which gave Paul the opportunity to get back at him. But it looks like I feel like if I'm looking at this battle, that Andrew has the tires with him compared to the Team Chimera car behind him. It looks like he's a little
the other way around. The car in front is Shubham, and Andrew is the Chimera car behind. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm completely lost. There's so many new names in this week.
I know, yeah. It's really good. Oh, that's not good.
Super wide. That's a small lockup. That's just gonna cost him, and that is gonna give Andrew the opportunity to get past, which he did without making a mistake. And I
thought that was going to be curtains for both of them, actually.
I thought that was going to be an Adam Dharma move.
Yeah. Right, it's getting all a bit tasty, a bit further forward now. So these 4, they keep like seesawing around, but these cars here are now pretty much on the same bit of tarmac. So this is Rob Venn leading from Phil Keck, leading from Ant Woodward.
The racing is amazing. I mean, I don't know why I haven't been around.
What do you mean?
I mean, I did 2 seasons with you commentating on the V8s. Why haven't I been around? Because of Clyde.
I know, yeah. Crazy.
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Do you own a kite?
Yes, I do.
Okay, don't live in Germany then, because you are not allowed to fly your kite on Sundays.
Why not just why Sundays?
I mean, it blocks the sun. No, it blocks the sun.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know if that's the reason, but I'll try to find that out.
This just happened. When I say just happened, it happened like 1.5 minutes ago. Oh, I'll get rid of Woody's feet. Just give me a sec. Get rid of that. It's already gone by now. So, Stacey Boyd has had an internet disconnect. There, and a reconnect. There we go. So, he's actually back on track.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm assuming he's a he. He's got back on track.
Yeah.
So, by the way, after World War II, they were controlled by the Soviet Union Party, and it's forbidden since 1956 to fly kites.
Fly a kite on a Sunday in Germany, right? Okay, so no kites over Oschersleben track on this day.
So don't take a shit after 10 while doing a kite on Sunday. While holding a kite on Sunday.
You can see somebody now is going, right, I need to book a hotel in Germany with an outdoor toilet so that I can fly a kite on a Sunday whilst having a poo.
In the middle of a square in Berlin or something.
Classic. Absolute classic. I want to know, right, on some tracks, SDK will not let you, while you're in the middle of the race, bring up the track map. It just won't do it. It's really weird.
And usually that's an issue between the chair and the keyboard.
Yes, I'd agree with you on many different levels. If I did that, does it do anything? No, it's just not going to do it. It's not going to do it. I find it really weird. Certain tracks just won't let you.
Look at this battle, by the way.
I know,
They're all
it's
cluttered up
crazy.
together, and it seems that Vincent Skillback is falling back a little bit into the arms of Rob Woodhouse, who is trying to force the issue right now. And behind him, Greg Carr. Thank you, I said it right.
Yes,
I
you did.
Kudos for this one.
Yeah.
And also taking Jamie with him. And this is a four-way battle for the 6th position. With 20 minutes in the race, and they're so super close. It's amazing to see that the different driving styles going on, different setups, different type of cars. Well, they're probably all running the Mustang. No, they're not.
No. But both cars are effectively identical. In
Yeah,
terms of
identical,
setup,
but it doesn't matter. It just. I'm trying to entertain a few.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're completely different cars. They react completely different. They all like you can't exchange setups at all. Okay, does this work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But it's amazing to me that's with so many different people, so many different setups, and also in hardware that they're still so close together.
Yeah. Did you say you can't change the setups, exchange the setups? Because you can. The Mustang setup works on the Commodore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are identical. Absolutely.
No,
identical.
really? No, you're messing with me.
No, it's serious.
No,
Yes.
I did not know that.
Well,
Peter,
now
I'm
you
bigger.
do. I don't know
And
whether
I wasn't being sarcastic at all.
No. Oh dear. I don't know what will happen when the Gen 3 cars come out. That'll be a massive boost for the V8 participation. Tony Klusterman has verified that it is true.
I was messing.
I know you were.
I know.
Alan Toon says I have been paralytic in. Oh, he's been paralytic in Germany on Sundays. He hopes that's allowed. As long as he's not got a kite, I think it's good, right?
Let me call Stefan Goebel.
Yeah, let's call Stefan, see if it's real. This is a very hot battle, and Phil Keck has been spat out of the back of it now. He's been behind Rob Venn for quite some time, and an error there on his part as Ant Woodward starts to make his way through. I suppose I should put his feet on, seeing as he's shared his camera with us. That's what NQR feet look like.
I think you're a bit obsessed with the feet, mate.
Me? No, it's usually Clyde. So, don't forget our sponsor for this series is Simability, making sim racing accessible. They do fantastic things for people less fortunate than the rest of us, modifying sim racing gear so that disabilities and other challenges that people have can be accommodated and get people racing, get people sim racing if that's what they love doing. Just like all the people here love doing, the guys on track and me, but probably not Wobbly because he just likes winning. That's not racing really, is it? It's just winning.
To be honest with you, if I had a disability and there would be a company trying to make sure that I could still able to race in any sort of matter, that by itself is an amazing company.
Yeah.
Without obviously there's some kind of trying to get some money out of it, but that doesn't matter if like a company is willing to think about those things. It's amazing, and I think that's one of the things that a long-standing partnership with Simability is great. Just for the sake of trying to help other people.
Yeah, totally. We had a few charity races and raised quite a lot of money for a chap who was paralysed from I think it was like the waist down, so he had to have his throttle and everything on his wheel and stuff, and they did a fantastic job with that. It was really good. So yeah,
Well,
visit the website, donate some money if you feel you can afford to, and get some more people sim racing who otherwise wouldn't be able to.
yeah, and to comment on Alex Cipriano. Oh, well, I'm making up words now.
Sevillano Lado.
Cipriano later, thank you. Yeah, that's what we were talking about during quali as well. It is a really, really fast track, fast sweeping corners.
Is that you sneezing?
No, that's me laughing at you because I pronounced it to perfection actually.
What did you say?
I said Silviano.
I just thought you stumbled over the word.
No, I said Silviano, and then I started doubting myself. But I should never doubt myself.
Sevillano Yedo.
Silviano Yedo. Alex Silviano Yedo. You know, just poopity poppity. You know, bring some sass to it.
That's Italian, surely.
Ah, no.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
Poopity poppity, poopity poppity. It's actually a joke from somebody else.
It is, yeah. I don't remember who, but yeah.
Oh well, I know Peter.
Where does that perfect Spanish come from? Alex says. It's from me, obviously. I'm the one speaking. Right. So Simon Trendle, your race leader, about to catch. I think it's Shubham for Psycho. Can't really tell. He's going to lap him soon. But he's got 5 seconds now over Tyler Newitt. That's what 5 seconds looks like in a V8. It's massive. 2.3 seconds gets you back to Johnny. Then we've got 3.5 seconds back to Adam. Then a much shorter distance to these three cars, sorry. Vincent, Bob Woodhouse and Greg Carr. Oh, and of course Jamie, who's been bolted to the back of this little queue for the entire race. And yet again, Ant Woodward having another shot here. Oh, that's a shoulder charge.
It's a limit shot, and they are both gonna have a slowdown.
Yeah, let's have a look at his feet now, see what he's doing.
Stop with the feet, mate.
Oh, okay, but fine. Right, so he's redressed the position. He's got damage on the door now.
Yeah, but we've seen cars with this kind of depth. Do you remember that race on? Side by side action.
Yeah. Oh, he's got wheel spin. Oh,
that is unfortunate.
That's
He
a
tried
V8
to.
killer. Yeah.
And now you're gonna struggle the next 3, 4, 5 corners.
More than that.
It's 3, 5 corners.
No, it's not. It's more.
Okay, Pete.
Oh dear, funny.
And to be honest, when we're 19 laps, it's probably like 2, 3 laps.
3 laps, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been going so quickly because there's been so much action on track.
It's like this every race, honestly. V8s for the last 2 or 3 seasons have been amazing to watch. And
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-weekly thing. I reckon that Clyde is going to be able to fix his internet. Otherwise, I'm keeping myself up for grabs to do the next one. I don't have any running competitions, so.
Right. Okay.
Besides tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the company that's repairing the cables is in any kind of rush by the sound of things, but they never are. So not in the UK anyway.
No. No. I think that's a general thing. Like all the internet comes to like, yeah, meh.
Nah, yeah, whatever.
You want internet? Meh. You want some of that juicy?
Right, let's see what's going on. There's not much happening in that little battle at the minute, so we're gonna go. Do we want that? We'll have this camera. So we're on the back straight at the minute. We're about to come up to the fast right-left open chicane.
Did you just? Oh no.
What?
No, I'm not gonna say it.
What?
Did you just mad verb?
Did I just do what?
Do a small old mad verb?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Okay,
I'll
Pete.
do a big burp in a minute. So over the stripe we go, and first turn is the left-hander into the very, very long, very sharp right-hander. You don't want to hit the curbs in this car too much. It really does upset the back end of the car. You need to get over to the right-hand side fairly early in this short stretch in order to take the next one. He's off the gas early, and there's an apex there. He's like one of my apexes, that. And then off down here after that karting line corner into another left-hander, and this is a triple left. 1, 2, 3 apexes, and then stamp on the brakes a little bit, and then get it tucked in for this right-hander that feels like it's forever. He's got no rear grip now, really. The tyres are very, very tired and hot. Over this bumpy little chicane, and then back to where we started on that back stretch. You don't even get much of a rest on the start-finish straight, do you? It's pretty hectic everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's what I meant being similar to Monterrey. It feels like it's non-stop hammering action, and you're trying to align yourself up for every corner every time, and then the 90-degree corner comes, and then you got the chicane which we just went through, like the left, right, left. Yeah. And you want to get the perfect line for that. If you're under pressure, like we see here with Greg Carr, with Jamie Wilson, you're not able to make. Oh, that's smooth. Jamie touched it. It gave him a good run through that corner, though. He's all up on the rear now.
Look at Barney.
Oh, Barney, but Barney doesn't seem that enthusiastic.
He's not as enthusiastic at Oschersleben.
No, he's like, I don't want to wave too loud, too hard, because it's a Saturday. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to wait apart. Sorry.
He's probably tired after last night because he was giving it some money for the Clios.
Man. Yeah. He already called me for masseuse.
Right. So Simon Trendle is probably already quite a long way around this last lap. Who is that behind him on track? Oh, right, yeah, it's Stacey after rejoining. Shame that Stacey had the disconnect there. There's not much happening behind. Jamie Wilson's fallen away from the back of Greg Carr for a little bit. He may mount a final charge, but it's going to take some effort. He's nearly 4 tenths behind now. Although he is closing in quite rapid as Simon Trendle takes the checkered flag.
We haven't seen much of him, but he did a really good job, and right behind him, Tyler coming in, Tyler Newitt, who also had an amazing job without any mistakes. Johnny Brandon coming in third, and Adam Wright coming in fourth, and right behind him,
everybody else.
Skillback. Yeah, I mean, that's Vincent,
yeah. Jamie Wilson quite far back in the end. I thought that gap was growing. What's going on here? So, and Woodward. Oh, it was.
Oh,
it was.
That's a small wobble, and that gives you that small movement. And now he's like, I don't care anymore. Let's go for the kitty later. But I remember the side of his car was completely bent. Obviously, they had this incident with each other, and I think he's just resting his life because he had it. What we've seen Vincent Skillback without a hood, and I think that it was on Bathurst. Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
where he didn't have a hood, and he didn't have a spoiler at the rear. He didn't have a spoiler, and he still was able to get in 5th position or something.
Yep, he was. Shubham Masaiga, the last car to cross the line. Still finished on lead lap, which is always a bonus. Right. Oh, there's the track map. Look at that. How ridiculous. The race finishes, track map pops up. Told you there was something weird going on. Right. So, let's have a look at the race results when they go official. If they go official.
I like these race results.
Yeah, they're pretty bad, aren't they? That's not right.
It's always a fun experience being in
Yay!
the Oh,
right,
okay.
So Simon Trendle is your race winner for round 6 here at Oschersleben. We'll go up on a camera that's about 10 miles in the air so you can hear me. Tyler Newitt finished in 2nd for BSTV Sports Green, and 3rd, rounding out the podium tonight, was Johnny Brandon for XVR OAPs. Adam Wright finished 4th for BSTV Sports Green, and then Vincent Skillbeck was 5th for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Then we had, in driver order, Bob Woodhouse in 6th. Greg Carr was 7th. 8th was Jamie Wilson. 9th was Bram Dubois. 10th was Victor Tanaka after that little excursion and a lovely little tap on the wall. Phil Keck finished 11th. Rob Venn finished 12th. Ant Woodward was 13th. 14th was Andrew Wood. 15th was Shubham Vasaikar. Stacey Boyd was 16th. Jonathan Cole didn't finish and was classified 17th in that race. So we look forwards now to this feature race. Always the tastier of the choices. Let's just have a quick look and see if the track temperature has changed. Oh, that's a burp.
It's a man burp, an old man burp.
It's not an old man burp. Right, let me
Wait,
wait.
Why is commentary Princess Pete?
Yeah.
And why am I not there? Because I rushed to this.
I know. I should really change that, but I'm not gonna. I put myself in for refreshments though, which is quite good.
Are you gonna get some refreshments?
I've got some. That's what's making me burp at the minute.
Oh, can I get some refreshments from downstairs?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. See you in a minute. Right. So as Wobbly goes to find his refreshments, we're going to look and see who of these people practices pit lane entry, because it's not easy round here. I'm trying to see who is furthest around the track. Let me go to this. It lets me do the track map during the session for everything apart from the race at Oschersleben, and always has done. So we're watching Phil Keck at the moment, who is the first car going around the track. There are lots of cars leaving. We'll jump on board with him once he approaches pit road, because it's a proper epic journey. This isn't. It's not one of those ones that like Donington where you just literally disappear off the track just for a little bit, get in your pit box, get back out if you find your pit box. I struggle to do that. This is a legendary journey through the countryside and probably beyond the countryside. In order to get into pit road, I'm going to jump on board and see if he disappears that way. We're approaching it now, so round this right-hander, there it is, on the left. No, he's going round. Someone will. Next car is number 94, Shubham. He's going to go round again. Because he was down on laps on the first race, I think. Oh no, he finished lead lap, didn't he, that one? Who's 00? Stacey, right, okay. Stacey's going to go around again because track time is everything in the V8. I think they'll do some pit lane practice part way through. And why did we end up with a 10-minute interval? I'm sure that's not normally the case. But because there is a 10-minute interval, I am going to run a video for you, and I'm going to speak to Wobbly about his run. So we'll be back very shortly, folks. Right, welcome back, everybody. If you want to join in with the V8 fun, the V8 fun, the TCR fun, then sign up for the league. We're on the last race week of the season this coming Wednesday, and then after that we will launch season 14 of the TCR challenge. If you're wondering why we've got so many seasons and we've caught up with V8s, it's because we run one V8 season every half year and 4 TCR seasons. Here we go, in a year. So Tyler Newitt showing you the excursion out into the countryside, which is pit lane entry here. You need a map, you need a compass, and you need a stopwatch, otherwise you'll just get lost. It's an epic pit lane entry, that, isn't it, Wobbly?
It's amazing, and I'm quite baffled by the fact that you still know the words compass and stopwatch, because you're completely from another generation. I would just use my phone, but Pete needs a compass, people. He's pointing it to the north.
I need an OS map as well, which will mean nothing to you, I'm sure, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got those really big maps in the car as well, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if your phone or your signal goes? What happens if terrorists take over the country and you've not got a signal? How are you going to find your way home? Hey, got an answer for that?
Yeah, just look at the sun.
Why? What, burn your retinas? That's going to help you, isn't it?
No, just look at the sun, that's all you got to do.
Stare at the sun randomly. Right, let's see if there's more pit lane entries here. Yeah, here we go. So, I mean, it's quite narrow. It's very tight. I've seen people hit those rubber tyres before.
It feels like a bigger version of...
it's like another track.
No, it feels like a bigger version of Winton, the entry.
Oh yeah, Winton, that's pretty bad as well, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks the same. You go in pretty hard, and then a weird chicane happens, and you have to brake. You can lose like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds if you don't practice that entry properly.
Yeah, it's a massive challenge, and it's such a big feature of these V8 races. It should be one pit stop. You can't do it on no stops. Your tyres would be mush and you'd be completely out of fuel. If we ended up with a blocked track for any reason, then that, I think, is the only way that you're going to no stop this race. And we'll watch it from above here. It's quite a distance off the track, so you've really got to make the most of your tactic, your strategy, when you're talking about pitting early, pitting late, or whatever. He's just stopped it there because the session's run over and we're about to go racing. So let's have a look at the grid. So Victor Tanaka takes us away. It was 10. NQR North America. Bram de Bois will go off next to him on the front row for NQR Europe. Jamie Wilson will go off third. I'm going to get through these pretty quick because we don't extend the gridding in this one. Greg Carr off 4th. Bob Woodhouse off 5th. Vincent Skilbeck 6th. 7th will be Adam Wright. Johnny Brandon will be... What did I just say? Yeah, that's right. Johnny Brandon will be 8th. 9th will be Tyler Newitt. 10th will be the winner from the previous race, Simon Trendle. Phil Keck off 11th. Rob Venn off 12th. 13th will be Ant Woodward. Andrew Wood off 14th. 15th will be Shubham Vasaikar. Stacey Boyd off 16th. And Jonathan Cole will go off 17th and bring up the rear of the field for this one. We're already going here.
Yeah, lights are on, and somebody's flashing his lights. You get banned.
Yeah, that's Vincent.
Really good start by.
He's got his pit limiter on. He had his pit limiter on.
Oh, that's it. That's why he's flashing his lights.
Yeah, and that happened in the previous race, I think. I don't know that though. And look at Victor's lead already. Good grief.
He went like a rocket ship from the get-go.
Whoa,
and somebody's completely wide. That's Simon Trendle. That is gonna be a massive dent to his.
And Vincent.
Massive dent to his championship if he's gonna stay in this position.
Yes.
And now he's gotta get back through the field, and that is gonna be really interesting. And something's happening because Jamie Wilson just overtook Greg Carr. Oh,
yes, he did.
Man.
Look at this rabble.
And he's on the inside. Well, now his teammate is on the outside. So how are they gonna resolve this?
I don't know, but that's a touch.
Oh, is that gonna
resolve
Adam. I think that was a netcode touch, to be honest, between Johnny
Oh,
Brandon and Adam Wright.
Look at the state of Dahmer's car.
Oh, Dahmer got Dahmer by himself.
He did. Oh, my word.
Man. Now it looks like a drag car.
Yeah, nothing good to say about that one. Right, let's have a look at the start. We're going to have to watch it right away because this was too tasty. So we're on Simon Trendle here. He's in open tarmac.
Yeah, and I think that he did it by himself, to be honest.
No, he got hit checked by Rob Venn.
Oh, Rob Venn reacted on something happening in front of him, and right behind that, Vincent Skillback got turned as well.
Yeah.
And Simon has damage on his right-hand side, so now it's going to be interesting what's going on with the pit strategy. Because are you really carrying that deficit because of that damage, or are you fast enough that you can compensate for that and just going to go with your normal strategy, or do you think it's fast repair? Because we do have a fast repair in this league.
We do, yeah, that's absolutely right. Simon Trendle's already passed Jonathan Cole there. That is Simon Trendle's battered and beaten Commodore.
Yeah, and I think that Rob had too much speed carrying in, and just, well, not too much speed, but he just reacted on a car being slower than him in the front. And that's a really good move, going on the outside. Bram the Boy is taking the corner, and Johnny Brandick having none of it, trying to get back to the inside, but there's no room to do that. Is he able to get through the chicane back to back? Is he holding it up? It looks really amazing that it's... I know Johnny, I've been driving against him. He is a tough customer to hold back.
Yeah, he is, very much so. I mean, it's not saying much really. You've been past me like I was going backwards at certain tracks. I'm just gonna skip this back to this battle. This is mostly Team Chimera affair, and that is Stacey Boyd in front of these two cars.
I do like the different wing mirrors on that Chimera car.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think it looks better than the normal livery. I'm just saying, do what you do.
That is Tyler passing Phil Keck.
He didn't put much of a fight. I think that Phil Keck is racing his own race.
Yeah.
Saw that Tyler was quicker. Didn't want to lose much time. Oh, and right behind him, Vasaica.
Yeah, Shaban Vasaica, yeah.
Vasaica, he overshot a little bit, but he had the luck that Boyd wasn't really that close to him, so it didn't cost him any positions. And somebody's taking a defensive line there. Oh no, there's Johnny overtaking Greg Carr.
Yeah, I just missed it. I got to it a little bit late.
F1 director.
Absolutely. That was Bram Dubois he was passing, or however you say that.
I like this chicane.
It's nice, isn't it? It's a good one. The camber's with you on both points of it, but if you get too much curb on the first bit, it launches you into the air. Right, so what else is going on? Simon Trendle passed Andrew Wood without any issues. Vincent Skillbeck, he's way down in the field, has just passed Jonathan Cole behind that. Damage on this Holden Commodore though. Oh crikey, that's a bit of a rabble ahead.
Oh, that looks super tight through that corner. And if drivers are stubborn, they hold that corner.
Yeah.
If they're stubborn, they're not gonna give any room. But it causes incident. But Simon is like, I'm having none of this. I want through. I'm gonna jump.
Stacey.
Oh, and no, Simon. Oh, and I think that. Oh, that's a weird move.
Yeah, that's a bit
but
bizarre
Vincent Skillback got the better of that because he now overtook Cole as well, and he's right up Simon's rear again.
He is, yeah. Simon's car can't possibly take much more in terms of hits. He's trying, I expect, to get to the earliest pit stop window he can get to.
Do we have some inside information of when that is?
No, my inside information, Racer isn't racing tonight, so they didn't do any practice.
Who's your inside information?
I couldn't possibly divulge my sources.
Nobody's time.
So, Tyler Newitt closing down Ant Woodward here.
Oh, and look, he's carrying so much more speed from the apex on the corner. Not like the entry is about similar, but once they get to the apex, it seems that either Tyler or the setup is working better than whatever Ant Woodward is running.
Yeah, Ant Woodward has had a few seasons where he's been really good, very high performance, very competitive, and very, very safe. And it's a surprise to see him not in the top 5 as much as he normally is.
I just remember that he killed me on Sebring.
Oh, you've got to let these things go.
I just have a big brain.
Stacey Boyd has been off track and has gone to pit road. Obviously not really enjoying Oschersleben as much as some of the other tracks because Stacey's been really good in previous weeks.
It is a tough track to master.
Brutal,
you have these tracks, right? I had to drive for the WTCS. I had to drive Indianapolis.
Yeah.
The road was. Unfortunately, I had a friend of mine who lost his father and whatever. I had to help him out, so I didn't end up racing the race. But it's one of those tracks which just didn't click. It took me like 2.5 hours to at least get a decent lap time and to be in the top 10 with the times. It's just such a struggle, and this is the type of track where you have that, and you can have an off weekend. He's back. Okay. And Woodward just had a small win. But you can have these tracks, and this is a specific track which you need a specific approach to.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't suit you, and yeah, well, it's just one of those weeks. Just accept it. Try to make the best of it. Take your drop round if you're not gonna get crashed into. Use this one and then look forward to the next race.
Yeah, it's Tyler having a look on the inside of Ant Woodward there. Nothing happening just yet, but he's definitely sizing him up.
Simon Trendle just got past, and now Simon is fighting with
Shubham Vasaika, yeah. He's putting up a big fight, actually, Shubham.
Shubham. I'll call it Shubham now.
Yeah.
There goes my big brain. I'm really bad with names, sorry.
Who are you?
I don't know. Yeah, you're bad with names as well.
No, I'm terrible with names, really bad. Not as bad as Clyde, but that's an epic amount of badness.
I can't even remember how what my daughter's name is.
Those is right up under braking, but then there's nowhere to go. And Woodward's just too good at keeping the car in that position.
Pete.
Yeah?
You like sausages?
I love sausages, especially the blacker the better.
Yeah, the blacker the better. I know. But the word for sausage in Germany is Wurst. You know
yes,
that, right?
yes, yeah. Bratwurst and all that, yeah.
There are 1,500 different types of Wurst in Germany.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's impressive.
So you're holding your bratwurst, sitting on a toilet on Sunday with a kite on a square in Berlin.
1,500 sausages to go.
Slurping them down without even chewing.
Just constantly flushing after 10 o'clock at night. Right then. We've got loads of battles on track. You can see it on your timing tower there. There's this one. There's the Bram de Bois. He's getting pressure from Bob Woodhouse. Oh, actually, this one's boiling up now. I've got the wrong car. Sorry. There we go. That's. Oh, where's he gone?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh no!
That's really wide, and now Cole is trying to get back. Shubham made a small mistake, and now his tires are heated. It's complete lava, and you're trying to struggle, and he's holding back his brake, and he's letting Cole pass. And now, right behind him, you got Rob Fenton taking interest as well. Yeah. Is he gonna be able to get a better exit out of this corner? And it looks like he's gonna get a good done. Is he going to the left, to the right? He doesn't know where to go. Oh, and I think that Shubham saved it by somehow managing to get a really, really good exit on the last corner.
Yeah, he got real good traction actually, which is
Johnny
a surprise.
Brandon passed car. Something happened because there was a position change.
Oh.
He was in fourth, right?
Yeah.
I think Greg Carr had it.
That looked pretty. Oh, he's miles away. I think this is going to be a Greg Carr incident. Yes.
Small and a dive from Johnny, which is fair enough.
No, that's a he's let him go really, hasn't he?
I don't know if he let him go. I think he just was offline.
Yeah.
Hit the marbles and then it was over.
And marbles build up really fast with the V8s as well, unlike some other cars. Right, so Tyler still trying to work over on Woodward, not making anything of it yet. Further back, Rob Venn is now Shubham Vasaikal's new best friend.
And it's for Tyler, it must be frustrating because he feels like he's having the pace over Ann Woodward. But what happens if you follow someone for a specific amount of time, or like a longer period of time? You're not deliberately copying their lines, but you eventually end up doing so.
Yes.
So you want to drive your own lines, but you have to get off the throttle a little bit early. You have to brake differently, and unconsciously you're following them instead of trying to get past them, and instead of really pressuring them. Because if you look in the mirror, Ed Wood was like, okay, well, you're doing the same thing as I am. I'm gonna be fine. I don't have to defend, and you have to be something different. And that is why I think for the likes of Spencer McCarthy, for example, from TCR, he's really good at that. He just keeps his own line. And that's amazing. And now Tyler is got to get out of that groove and try to get on it again and trying to get back into what he was doing before.
And the race starts again for Simon Trendle because he's back in 10th place where he started. So it's all to do from here, really. He is 15 seconds from the front of the field. With anybody else, I'd say, well, that's done. But with Simon Trendle, you can't say that, can you? Because we're only 13 minutes in. It's a 1 hour race. There's a pit stop still to come. And we've seen some utter magic from Simon Trendle in previous races, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. And I think he beat me 3 times in a row when I became in second with GT4, and he won it 4 times or 3 times.
Right.
With like a couple of points, and just by being more consistent than I was.
Yeah.
He is a real master in. There's an incident. I'm gonna get my head down and make the best of it. Salvaging as much points as I possibly can.
Yeah, he's very good at the recovery, isn't he? Mental recovery. He doesn't let it get to him. He doesn't seem to drive angry.
Driving angry is not always a bad thing. People always describe it as it's a bad thing, but driving angry is also. Stephen Walker, for example, he's a guy. If he drives angry, he gets faster. He doesn't punch in, but he just bites in, sets in his teeth, like right in the steering wheel, hands completely loose at the wheel, moving his head, you know. he just gets home with it, and then sends it up into the wall and back first.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happened, but I would just suggest it.
Right, so we have had only the 2 visitors to pit road, Stacey Boyd, who is still out on track. Been in pit road a few times already this race, and Adam Wright, after that incident earlier, has been to pit road as well. So Adam's out here all on his own. Nobody at a kill right now, so he's probably feeling a little frustrated.
As long as you can't kill anyone, he's frustrated. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that Tyler is super close right now, and besides the fact the things I just pointed out with following the lines, once a car gets within 0.2 seconds, within 2/10, then you start feeling the pressure. You're like, oh man, now I can't mess up, and this must be one of those moments where we could see Ant's feet.
Yeah. And Bob Woodhouse has passed Bram now, so he's released into a bit of free air actually. There's 2.5 seconds to Greg Carr. It's an all NQR affair there. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 NQR cars line astern here on the stand-ins. Tyler's still not able to do anything about Ant Woodward, and other gaps are starting to build as cars start to prepare, I'm sure, for visiting pit road. It's usually about 20 minutes and we see the first people, the ones with damage, usually definitely first. We'll have to see what Simon Trendle does, see how he feels his car is affected.
Yeah, it looks like Simon isn't really lacking the pace, and it's more him getting through traffic, which is causing him to fall, to fall back a little bit. I've been keeping an eye on the lap times, and it seems that he's like 2 or 3 tenths off.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad if you look at how the state of his car is.
No, true. If we head up top to... Oh, not that one. No, it is that one I was after, yeah. I was going to show the gap, but Blimp seemed to be right on top of Victor's car at that point, so there was no real benefit to that. Excuse me. You can see the gap there, back to Jamie Wilson. That's what 4.5 seconds looks like. And then back to Johnny is 1.7, and then about the same back to Greg Carr. Bob Woodhouse, 2.5 seconds. And then it's the rest of the rabble that have been racing together for 2 races now.
Yeah, and I think that Victor really took full advantage of the way his start.
Start was amazing. He was 2 seconds in the lead after 3 corners.
Is SDK allowing us to show like the complete start?
Yeah.
So
Who do you want to focus on?
Victor.
On Victor, right.
I just want to see how he started, because like not how he started, but how quickly he pulled away. Because his reaction time was spot on. Look at the lights coming on, and then it's Vincent flashing his lights in the rear.
Well, he's got his pit limiter on.
Yeah. And you see, his reaction time, completely no wheel spin at all. It's like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
He's shot away. Like, everybody was still standing still, and he's kept on pulling. I think that this must be grip hacks. I can't, there's no explanation else than this.
That's brilliant. Grip
No,
hacks
but
straight away.
if you look at this start, this is the perfect way to start the car. The gap he made, 1.3 seconds within a corner. It's amazing. And his reaction time was so super good. And where everybody stalled a little bit, he kept on rolling. Look at that.
I know,
You see,
it's
and
mega
even
low.
Simon, and even Jamie, Cole behind him. He was like, oh, I'm having a pretty good start, but he had a mega launch. It almost looked like he had launch control.
Yeah, it was really good. He was so on it as well. The grip he's got there is amazing.
Yeah, there was a really good turn as well. He cut in and then like double apex it, and it was just everything he ever wanted, I think.
On board with Vincent Skillback. That was weird. That was a weird launch. He definitely had his lights flashing, so his pit limiter was on. But
You should be able to see that.
and then he got tagged, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that. Well, yeah. And it's one of the most frustrating things. You see the whole back driving, and you feel like, oh, and in a driver's perspective, you're always like, oh, I left enough room.
Yeah.
And then, it's not my fault. We haven't really dove really deep in that incident.
Ooh, not into here, boys. That's blue on blue
Oh,
territory.
Is he trying to get to the right? He's trying to get to the right. He's trying to get to the right. Is he able to? This might be his opportunity to outbrake him. He's outbraking him. But now what's going to happen?
Left.
Because it seems that the left line is better. Now you go side by side through this corner, and you see in the back, right behind them, you see Philip Keck also. Sorry, Simon Trento also having some interest in that. They're still side by side, 3 corners deep. Again, last corner. Tyler is on a preferable line.
Oh, wheel spin.
Small touch, and now Simon all the way on the right, trying to get some on Bram as well. Tyler is completely in the clear now. He should be fine, but Simon is on the better side of this line. Is he gonna send it there? Is Bram gonna be brave enough to keep it on the outside? Oh, there's no chance. It seems that he consolidated behind Simon.
Yeah, he did. And we have our first visitor to pit road, Ant Woodward.
I think that's a smart move.
I do as well. There was a lot going on right there, wasn't there?
Well, I didn't know this. I'm not out of breath for any sort of guys like this.
Right, so this is Phil Keck's moment, really. He's got 1, 2, 3 cars. I don't think he's going to catch Simon Trendle, but he's got the opportunity to take 2 positions here and get into the top 6. a great performance by the Hydra Race Racing Forces car. And Arox on the chat says that was a flying start. It really was. I don't think I've seen a better start, to be honest. Not in a V8 anyway.
No, it wasn't.
That was pretty textbook. And Simon Trendle has already got himself back. He was nearly last at one point in this race. There was only Vincent Skilbert behind him, and he's already got himself back to 7th. All right, there's one pit stop in there. Well, now there's there's already 2 because Vincent has now decided it's his turn to enter pit road. This must be the earliest you can pit, Wobbly, obviously.
Yeah, it seems that lap 15 was the other one. And it may be on the short end side of things.
Yeah.
But then again, he's probably overthought it and like, well, if I pit now, I probably need to save a little bit to make it. Probably something like a half a liter extra. And the track as it is doable because of the 90-degree quarters, you can lift off a little bit, and especially when you're not in the fight, it's not costing you anything, and you're even preserving the tires a little bit better. So. And I just saw this chicane again from the inside of Simon. It's just left, right, left.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So fast, isn't it? And the
amazing.
car wants to spit you out on both of the corrections, if you know what I mean. When you turn opposite lock, it just wants to kill you straight away. So, I mean, I've got so much respect for these drivers racing this car on this track. There's a few visiting pit road now, and Simon is also one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I completely expected this for Simon. He probably managed to save some fuel. That's why it's lap 17 instead of 16 or 15.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, I'm still on the pace, but not, as I say, he's like 2 or 3 tenths slower than the quick guys in front. I expect him, now he's taking the fast repair, he's taking the tires, and now he's just gonna go head down.
Yeah.
Quite nice, he did a really good, you see that? He did it professionally.
He did,
I always go,
yeah.
I always completely go to the left.
The Chimera boys always do those sort of little pieces that make it a little bit more real, if you know what I mean, or like real life.
Well, there are actually leagues which force you to do this. So,
really?
for example, yeah, the IVRA
You've got
league.
people watching pit road for.
Yeah, they got. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So the IVRA league, you're not allowed to go to the right-hand side until like 3 seconds or 2 seconds. That move can only take 2.5 seconds or something.
Wow.
So you go to the right, at the left, or the right, and then if you're not doing that in a proper way, then you're gonna get a penalty. And if you get a penalty, you have to serve it, and they just randomly give you a penalty, like, oh, you got a 10-second penalty. And what you gotta do, you gotta serve it at the end of the pit lane like it was a real thing.
That's unbelievable, that.
Did you know that? I mean, I didn't know that, but now I do.
Right, okay.
Because we had to serve a penalty, that's why I know.
So Simon Trendle has come out in traffic. The traffic he's found is Dharma.
Oh, Dahmer. Better get your chopsticks out, Adam.
Right, so Tyler Newitt has also bailed to pit road, but it'll be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to Simon, because that is clearly a reactionary move, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems like it, but then again, it might be just a window.
Yeah.
But this isn't a full fuel. 18 laps isn't a full fuel. You only stop once, right?
Yes.
So then I think you're right once.
So you're going to see.
This
it's
is
going to be
gonna be
close.
super close because. Why are you cutting away?
I don't know. I just pressed the wrong button. There.
F1 director again, and it seems Simon got Tyler by a long shot. Oh man, you're such a bad director, huh? I wish I had Clyde with me for the Clios. This is even worse.
Right, let's have another look at that. What did you just say? You wish you had Clyde here? Deary me. So Simon takes to the right hand side here. Does exactly what he did in the previous race, I think it was, or no, that was Johnny Brandon, wasn't it? But textbook overtake, really. Mega control, no slipping, no sliding, no twitching, no nothing. It was brilliant.
and it's one of the better feelings as well. His car is repaired. He's been struggling with the car, and I reckon that his steering will be off like maybe 3, 4, 5 degrees. Not by that much, but it's really annoying.
Yeah.
And now he's back. And the thing is, like, if that happens, like, your steering wheel suddenly is straight again, and you're like, how does this work again? How do I drive this car? And it takes like a lap, and then you're back on it.
Great car to pit road now. Oh wow, that was a novel overtake there by Bob Woodhouse on Anne Woodward. Anne Woodward struggling a bit here, and he's about to get overtaken again by Simon Trendle.
Simon is really cutting through the field now.
Who's that?
That
was Greg Carr.
Greg Carr just pitted.
He went off track when he left pit road.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, he just likes it on the edge.
So a lot of these cars weren't together before the pit stop.
No,
pit stop has brought them together now. So okay.
Yeah, they definitely weren't. Like it almost
It's like
seems
two
like
battles that have come together.
Yeah, and can we bring up the pit times? Like the
pit times. Just give me a minute. You talk nonsense. Give us another German fact.
Yeah, so I was just about to do that. So the German word for traffic jam. Oh no, I can't say this. Sorry. The sponsor.
Right. So we've got pit time and we've got pit lane time. Right. So what have we got going on there then? Adam Wright, 35 seconds.
Did you see how I corrected myself, by the way?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Very, very adult of you. Doing adult finally.
I got another one.
Oh, go on.
The world's largest beer mug in Germany, it holds 1,400 liters of beer.
What? 1,400?
1,400, and that one is served at Oktoberfest.
Wow.
Which originally, second fact, which originally started because there was a wedding, and they started that as a wedding, and they drank loads of beer. I don't know why they did that, but that's how the Oktoberfest thing started, because of a wedding.
Right, okay. I just thought it was October and it was fun to drink.
Oh, mate, I've been in Oktoberfest. Oh, mate, you gotta go there sometimes. You're gonna love it.
Well, you'll have to tell me when it is and I'll fly out there with it.
October.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's not the whole of October though.
Yeah, it always is. Like 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's not the whole of October then, is it? That's half of
I think
October.
Let me check how long it is.
Okay then, I'm just going to do this. There we go. I'm doing a great job in charge of refreshments, by the way. Right, so we're approaching the halfway mark in this race. And things are very much... What? Go on.
Wait, Oktoberfest is held for 16 to 18 days, usually starting in the late of September, ending in early October. The exact dates vary from year to year, but always takes place in the in Munich. And so this year it was from the 16th of September to the 1st of October.
So it's like on in a fortnight.
Yeah, fortnight is a game. What are you on about?
What?
Younger viewers will get this. but it's like it's now.
Oh, this is
no,
getting
that's
tasty
fine.
here. Look, this is getting right on it now. Tyler and Greg Carr and Adam Wright. Not in that order. That's in reverse order. Obviously, we're looking at Tyler. Adam's the lead car of this little trio. What are you doing? Right, okay, so let's just have a run through our runners and riders. We'll get rid of those other stats there, because we've just filled up the board for no reason. Gap and interval appear to be the same, so we'll We'll get rid of one of them. See who's got the fastest lap, shall we?
I'm gonna give.
Sorry, go on.
No, yeah. We got yeah. The fastest lap is for Victor Tanaka with a 1:25.049, and that. Sorry, I wasn't trying to respond on that.
No,
but the fastest lap ever recorded on this track. What do you think it is?
The fastest corner.
No, the fastest lap ever recorded on the Oschersleben.
Okay, so we're doing 125s.
Official.
Yeah.
Lap time.
Oh, you mean on iRacing officials?
No, official lap time.
Right.
Ever.
Real world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 115.
1:31.4. Set by Gabriel Tarnacki in a Seat Leon TDI in 2008.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing. I mean, mine was based on F1 cars being faster than these guys. So.
Yes. So now Victor Tanaka has the fastest lap time ever.
Yeah, in the world.
In the world. Victor. Good job, mate.
Yeah, that was good. Although this might. Oh, he's gone to pit road. That's why. That's why his lap times have changed, and he can't have been stopped for. No, he was. He was stopped for a reasonable amount of time, actually. It's one of the slower pit stops from Victor Tanaka. He's come out right behind Jamie Wilson, who has also stopped. So, I don't know what's happened exactly, but Jamie Wilson appears to have gained 2 seconds in the pit stop and overtaken Victor.
That is a very curious situation, and let me rub my magic ball.
Yeah.
Of things that I don't understand.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I still don't understand.
Okay then. We got a magic 8 ball out there as well, no?
Oh, well, I got 8 ball.
Right, so at the moment, Johnny Brandon is the race leader for now. He owes us a pit stop, as does Phil Keck, who in that Hydro Race Racing Forces Mustang is currently commanding second place. Jamie Wilson is in third, first of the cars to have pitted, and this is his first lap on new tyres. No, second lap on new tyres. Victor Tanaka is on his first lap out, or just finished it. He's forcing the issue. This is for the lead of the cars that have pitted.
Oh, step aside, this is DCR racing, hitting
is.
each other, zero contact. I remember a situation where I was fighting Johnny Brandon.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's a murder.
Oh, that's netcode.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Where's Jamie's car?
He's. I think Victor is.
Oh, there's Jamie's car. Why is
No,
it?
there was nothing. Oh, now Jamie has to wait for the whole pack. It's
yeah.
over. But
Right.
honestly, that was netcode. Oh, can we rewatch that incident? Yes,
We
thank you.
certainly can, because that's probably one
Take
of
a
the
look
most-
back, and they had a small touch, and if you look at the rear, they
Yeah.
didn't touch yet, they didn't touch yet, they didn't touch yet, still didn't touch, and then suddenly it goes, you know?
Yeah.
Can we get
it was-
can we get an angle at the front? You know, that was the other angle we had on the live stream.
Sure thing.
Oh, that's a bit dramatic. Dramatic.
So there's a bit of
And
a. How's your
look at
father
this.
there?
It's clear, it's still clear, and suddenly, you see,
It
nothing
was
going on.
Yeah, there was solid air there. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that is really
And that's a big
unfortunate
hit.
for both
That's
of them.
a big hit.
In Victor's defense, he did recover well. His rear tires are lava now, and he's probably going to get caught a little bit. But I think he managed to salvage the best of the situation.
Yeah, I do agree with you though. I don't like agreeing with you.
I know.
I know, but there was definite daylight between those two cars. Okay, so this battle really hasn't gone anywhere. It's still raging. The same cars in the same order. Adam Wright, Greg Carr, Tyler Newitt bringing up the rear of this little trio. We're a bit further down the standings. Johnny Brandon has pitted, but what that does mean is Phil Keck is your race leader, and he will be taking points now for leading laps.
Yeah. Do they get points for leading a lap here?
Don't start me on that. Do not start me on that.
Wait. I'm gonna open the rule book. Just
Right, you open the rule book.
and you do the broadcast. I'll just read from.
Yeah, you find something that doesn't exist. Yeah. Right, let's go back to this little battle because it's getting very, very hot. Tyler knew it. Trying to do the outside line and the cutback. This isn't going to work here. It would have worked on this corner instead. But he's too far away for that now.
I hate.
Yes, you will do because you do.
I hate the fact that you're right about this league. Oh, who's that? Who's that
Stacy,
pulling off
that's
to the right?
Stacy Boyd.
Why
He's
is
just
he-
staying out of the way. Just staying out of the way. I'll be back up to speed
yeah.
now.
Yeah, you're right. Twice in a millennia, you're right.
Does that mean 4 times in my lifetime because I lived through the millennium?
What?
I'm just saying. No. Do I get 2 either side of the millennium, or is it just 2, like for the whole of 1,000 years?
Well, Pete, don't overdo it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You're not the Guardian of the Galaxy.
Phil Keck's pit road. That's going to hand race lead to Johnny Brandon. And Johnny's got a 6-second lead now over Victor Tanaka.
Did Johnny went to pit?
Hey?
Did Johnny pit already?
Yeah, he pitted, well, like 2 laps ago. 1 lap ago. 3 laps ago.
I was trying to do some facts then.
Yes, you were. So let's see where Phil Keck finally comes out. I think he's going to end up being about 8th or 9th. He's out in, oh no, it's going to be, yeah, about 9th. I mean, even the pit lane exit is difficult here. Oh, 10th. Nearly 11th, because that's Jamie Wilson just behind him there. So, Johnny Brandon, yes, is your race leader. He's got a 6-second lead over Victor Tanaka. He's got the shortest pit stop time of everybody, apart from Adam Wright, who I'm convinced has got the fuel wrong. I don't see how you can be 10 seconds less in pit road. 10 seconds? Come on, that's a lot of fuel. Good grief.
Yeah, that is about 3 liters.
That's a lot of fuel.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Adam Garber. He kills himself, and we don't care.
True. He's not probably planning on not finishing the race anyway. He's going to take 6 people out by the end.
I think Sir Alan Toon mentioning on the chat a lot of solid air about recently, and as just a driver, I feel that Alan is right. I feel like it was in a better state a couple of months ago. I think we've seen.
It wasn't that long ago, though, that iRacing was saying that netcode doesn't exist.
No, but I think they... well, netcode doesn't exist, to be honest. I do tend to agree with them. Because it's just the engine calculating the fact where your car is going to be. And they can't get that 100% right if there's a latency between that. Being an IT nerd, I tend to agree with them that it doesn't exist, but there is a way, like the car is calculated at the point where the netcode is, and the car is calculated where it is, and on screen it doesn't look like it's there, but it is there, so netcode doesn't exist. What's that saying? But I feel like Alan is right. I feel like I've seen more netcode incidents over the last couple of 3-4 months compared to a year ago. So they must have done something to that network.
Right, okay. I've not really driven that much other than Clio's for a while, and I generally exit stage left in that car anyway. JB says Simon all the way from the back to 3rd with time left to go. You can't disagree with that. He's got 2.5 seconds. You can see Victor Tanaka just in the front of your screen there. However, Victor is the fastest man on track. he has the fastest lap time. He's putting in laps which are 1 and a bit tenths, no, half a tenth faster than Simon Trendle at the moment.
I just noticed, by the way, Pete, did you just purposely left the track map on the screen the whole time because you're scared you can't bring it up again?
Correct. What? That's exactly the reason I've done it. I also,
one comment to acknowledge the fact that we are right for once, because we said Simon had an incident. Simon had another incident where a car spun in front of him, and still, with his way of driving, being able to be super consistent and salvage as much points as he possibly can, he's still ahead of Tyler, of Greg Carr, Adam Wright, who did like 0 fuel in his car. Somehow he managed to pull this off. But now the big question is, did he on the fuel, or is he just on raw pace so much more quicker than the rest of them? I tend to lend to the first thing, to be honest.
Yes, I'd agree with you. And we have to answer Alan's question. Oh, on the chat, there's nearly a murder there, but it's not done.
On the chat, there's no murder.
Oh, right. Adams had to go to pit road for a second time, so I was right about his fuel. I love being right. It's just too good.
That is 3 times in 1 millennium.
Isn't it? 1 millennium. Oh my god. I've exceeded my allowance.
And now you're going to hell. I was
And
going to wait for you.
yeah, JB has answered Alan's question there. It was the netcode incident with Jamie Wilson, which is why Jamie Wilson is now... Where is he in the standings? There. 10th.
Yeah, I
big
think
hit that as well. Big hit.
It was it wasn't really a big hit. It was more an annoying hit because he didn't hit the barriers.
He did?
Oh, he didn't hit the barriers. Yeah, you're right. He did hit the barriers. But it was more the fact that he had to wait for the whole pack because the rules.
Yes, that was the more damaging in terms of time. I wonder if we go on board if there's any damage to his steering. I'll have to wait till he straightens the car up.
I don't think so.
That's
because
a really terrible view. That's better.
No, but I don't think so because it's on the left rear of his car, and usually when you have those weird damage things, it's on the
that's
front
straight,
side.
isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It just behaves weird because the left rear.
Oh God!
Oh,
who's that?
bye.
Phil.
We just gotta wave bye.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, that was out of the blue. I think he did it by himself though.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that because those ones where the back wants to swap with the front. I was saying it before at that chicane actually. The fast right-hand open chicane, which is just coming into view now. These are the more. Oh no, he just overshot the start.
And then hit the grass.
Right,
yeah.
That wasn't what I expected to see, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I would refuse, but yeah. Well, good save by him. He slightly touched the barriers. He basically did what Leclerc did in practice. He slightly touched the barriers, which is annoying, but you don't get any damage from it. And Adam Dahmer is all the way back at 13th, and which is still a good position for him.
Yeah, he won't think so, obviously, but
We do.
I don't know why he's had to pit twice. I'm not utterly convinced about
He
that.
underfueled.
Well, I know that, but why did he underfuel?
Because
He can't
did
count?
something.
He's still got his shoes and socks on.
No, he just wears shorts and sandals. Just
Well, this is true, yeah.
with socks.
In
Sandals
true
with-
British fashion, yeah.
The 60s. Oh, this looks like a proper fight. It looks like Brandon White is trying to get to Shabam, trying to force him into a small mistake. You saw the small touch of brake lights coming on there,
just
where
a little
compared,
bit,
where compared to Shabam, he was braking
Oh,
way
wow.
harder.
Yeah.
That is a classic move. Just force your opponent into a small mistake. Just put him slightly offline with a half a meter or so, which opened up the gap for Brock. Really good job.
I was going to say, I do like the paint scheme of Hydra Race Racing Forces on the Commodore. A little better than the Mustang, funnily enough. It just seems to suit it a little better. My opinion only, and therefore
they are
utterly
the,
correct.
they are the same car, Pete.
That's not what I said before. That's not what I said before. Look, and here comes Vincent on a mega recovery drive. So he was elbowed off at the start.
Are we gonna ask Vincent again what we means?
Are we going to ask him what? Sorry.
Every time he came into the booth the two seasons we did together, we asked him what does wheelie bins mean?
No, we know what that is now. We can't ask him again.
No, we know it's an X group where you tweet things.
It's a Facebook group of.
I know.
races,
I was just making fun of things.
Yes, you are. Right. So Adam Wright has caught up with Andrew Wood from Team Chimera.
Pete,
Yes.
we have an issue.
What's the issue?
I gotta go to
Have you got to go pee-pee?
PP.
Okay, you go pee-pee.
Thank you.
I will run us through the standings because the same battles are running at the minute as they were. So Johnny Brandon is your race leader. He's got a massive 6.7 second lead. It's the biggest lead we've seen in either race. Over Victor Tanaka, his Discord best friend. Victor is faster than him at the minute by 0.3 of a second. Oh no, I'm reading the best lap time. No, he's slower at the moment on his last lap anyway. He has 2.4 seconds over Simon Trendle, who you can see in the background. He in turn has 7.3 seconds on Bob Woodhouse, who has no time at all to Ant Woodward. Then Greg Carr in the third NQR car. He's 4.4 seconds behind Bob Woodhouse, and then you got Tyler and Vincent both in shot there, and Jamie Wilson a few seconds back, much delayed after the incident with the Solidaire and Victor Tanaka's car. So yeah, very competitive and drama-ridden race. To be fair, this has been a lovely one. Obviously, some racers will wish they were further up the field. Stacey Boyd has crashed recently. Hopefully, he'll get running again. These three are very much together. You feel that Vincent's probably got the pace on the two in front being Tyler in the green car, for those that are new, and Greg Carr in the Never Quit Racing Simability livery. Another reminder about our sponsor, Simability, making sim racing accessible for those of us that are less fortunate and have some ailments or disabilities which prevent them living their lives normally and therefore sim racing. So they adapt sim racing gear to accommodate individual challenges. 14 cars in the 125s, Alan Toon says. And he's not wrong. Just unbelievable, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think yesterday we spoke about this during the Clios as well. That the field, the Clios, that they grew together. Like the people in the middle and in the back, they got quicker, and everybody just came closer. Like the quickest were always the quickest, but the gap between the quickest and the slowest and the middle packs, they tend to disappear a little bit during the season.
Yes.
And we've been running the V8s for such a long time, and we've seen such good battles. And we've seen returning cars like Rob Fan, even Adam Wright, Vincent Skillback, Jamie Wilson, and Woodward and Rob Woodhouse, for example. They all became faster the last couple of seasons. If I would have jumped into the V8s, normally I would have been like 5 seasons ago, I would have been enough to just practice an hour and do the race, you know?
Yeah.
But if I do this right now, besides from the fact that I'm not really used to real cars now, but an hour wouldn't suffice. I definitely would need like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours to get on pace for the likes of Rob Woodhouse and Woodward and even Victor, who's doing an amazing job at the moment. I would not be close to that, where I can definitely tell, since it's been a while since I did the last broadcast on the V8s, they all came, like the quickest are still the quickest, again, but the slowest and the mid-pack, they really make big strides towards the front.
Yes, they have. There's quite a lot of cars that have been out of the top 10 for a little bit. Oh, that's a very strange line there from Greg Carr. Tyler not able to do anything with that.
He seems to be struggling as well. You see how many corrections it takes just to keep the car on track.
Sawing away at the steering wheel, trying to get on the inside, and he can't.
It seems that the best of Greg Carr's tires are gone, and Tyler has more tires. Tyler has a little bit more life in them left, but still, you can tell that he's also struggling to keep the grip there.
Yep. I mean, he's back onto him really quickly, though, isn't he? Look. I know Constantina's up in the corners and a bit of wheel spin here and a bit of an overcorrection on the steering wheel there, and you just drift away from the car in front.
Yeah. I don't want to say you're right because of the 4-time system.
I'm sure Vincent thinks, I wish both of you just crashed and let me through because I'm faster than both of you. Right, so where are we? We are 8 minutes to go, less than. Johnny Brandon is out in front, 6 seconds is his lead. Victor has eaten into that, but I don't know whether that's just Johnny taking it easy on last laps. Simon Trendle closing on Victor as well. Not by much, about a tenth a lap. He needs to do a lot better than that.
Yeah, but Victor, you gotta keep in mind that Victor hit it way later than Simon did. So he's running a while with way more fresher tires. That's the fact that Simon is still able to take jumps out of that league with a tenth or two or whatever. It's still an amazing job, which doesn't discredit the fact that Victor had an amazing race. Although, and this is just pure speculation, I think that the incident with Jamie probably cost him like 8 seconds. He would still be in front, but would it be enough to keep Johnny behind?
Yeah, true.
But it's just, again, it's all fictional.
So how did Tyler overtake Ant Woodward? No, sorry, Greg Carr. That was weird. I don't understand what Greg Carr did there.
I wasn't really checking the screen.
So let's look at that again.
Yeah, that's sorry. Sorry for the second replay, that's my bad. Ooh.
That was Vincent really nearly making contact. Oh, he got mega wheel spin, that was it. Didn't see that on the other camera angle.
That's so easy to do.
Yeah, too eager on the go pedal. See, it's not always right foot. This is clearly going to go to the end of the race, which is only 5 minutes away now. Very dramatic race, and to be honest, I think that the first race is going to be counteracted by the second race in the standings.
Yeah, and this circuit again, we saw overtakes, but we only saw on turn 1, and 2.
Yeah.
And we saw a couple on the last turn.
Yeah, there's no real other opportunities, is there? You're waiting for someone to make a mistake in all the other turns. You can't really build an overtake on them too much, can you?
No, it's just about how much pressure are you able to apply to the person in front of you.
Yes. So, interestingly, Jamie Wilson catching the 3 cars in front because he pitted 5 laps later than they did. So he's probably got way more grip and feels mighty at the moment, but he's got 3 of the fastest cars on the track in front of him. But I can see him being part of this party in front very soon.
Yeah, and I think that Vincent has the raw pace over Greg Carr, but Greg Carr is a really experienced guy. Well, they're both really experienced guys in V8s. I think they've been running with us since the beginning, to be honest.
Both of those two, well, Jamie longer than the other two, but Vincent and Greg Carr for many, many seasons, and probably about 4 or 5 years, if not longer.
I can't remember a season where Jamie, Vincent, and Greg Carr weren't in the car.
No. Recent years, they've been here every... oh, wow, this is weird. I can't believe I've got so many incidents for Bram Dubois leaving the track. So why?
Yeah, I think that's a driver shame.
Really? No.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, mate. No, break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a rough one.
That's
because he was
number
doing
one.
a really good job.
That's number one.
Oh no, Bram.
This is number two.
This is tires.
Tires are melted. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's Shubham behind him, and I think there's going to be something happens here somewhere, because I think it's catching.
It looks like the rear is broken, to be honest.
Yeah, there's something going on, isn't there?
There's something weird going on because you're focusing on the wrong car.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Bear with me.
Did they have a separate incident?
I don't know. Oh no.
Separate incident.
Yeah.
It's like, Shabbat was like, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
no, boy.
Okay, so Jamie has caught Vincent, as I expected. 5 laps newer tyres equals much faster through the turns. And out of the acceleration point. And later braking. Too much curb there though.
I just saw a picture of you running. It is the prettiest time.
I couldn't hear that. What was that?
I saw a picture of me running the last 200 meters, and it wasn't the prettiest sight.
No, even when you not run 200 meters or any of the last marathon that you just ran today, I can honestly say it's not a pretty sight.
Oh mate, I'm always a pretty sight. You just don't recognize it. I'll send you the picture.
No, don't.
Yeah, I will.
Well, if I want something to keep the kids off the front lawn, then yeah, I'll use it.
Oh, you got it right there. Okay, so race. So this is probably the last lap now.
Oh my word, who's that? Who is that? Is that Bram? Who was that was off? Oh no, it was Ant Woodward.
Oh no, Anne, what you doing to me, mate? My money was on you today. Did he clip the grass somewhere? I think he did.
Maybe
right,
he did.
the
Oh
right?
no. Eh?
It's
That's
such a but it's like the same incident Shabam had. It's the same corner. They are all struggling with grip at the front end at this point in the race.
Yeah. When did Ant Woodward last pit? He pitted. Oh yeah, he was one of the earliest to pit, lap 14.
Yeah, so he's just driving on pure rims at the moment.
Yes, he is. I think we're on last lap.
Yeah, this is the lap, and we haven't seen that much of Johnny, but this is what happens if you are able to gap the rest of the field with like 6 seconds. And yes, you're doing an amazing job. Yes, your pace is gonna be grand. Your pace is amazing. It's just awesome. But when you're 6 seconds ahead, there's nothing going on.
No. Apart from catching cars ahead of you, if you know what I mean. You know, lapped cars.
Yeah, just getting into the groove, and the fact that you have this big gap behind you, it also settles you down and even makes you faster from the laps.
So Andrew Wood lets Johnny Brandon go. And we will celebrate Johnny Brandon taking the checker flag. Yeah, at Oschersleben. Nice little wiggle and a flash of the lights. The only time it's acceptable to flash your lights. Victor comes over the line in second, and then Simon Trendle in third. Bob Woodhouse a little way back, another 12 seconds back. And then the rabble that follows. So Tyler Newitt, then Greg Carr, then Vincent. Where's Jamie Wilson? Jamie Wilson's done something at the. Oh right, so there was an attempt. No, there wasn't an attempt by Jamie. He's just had a bit of a bad lap.
I think that if you're gonna ask the drivers, they all gonna acknowledge the fact that passing the 15-minute mark, the tires were gone.
You reckon? 15 minutes?
50.
50, right there. There we go.
Because most of them did a 25. Let's say they all picked a window between 20 minutes and 25, so they had to do 35 till 40 minutes on the tires.
Right, I see.
And it seems that at the end, especially towards the end, it was gone. There was no grip left, and only if you were really tentative on the brakes, that you would be able to get the car around the corners.
Yep. Evening to Lane O'Connor on the chat. Nice win for Johnny. Well done. Why aren't you racing tonight? You got other things on?
Can't be, because it's V8s today.
I know. Why would you miss V8s? I don't know. It's like, no. Ant Woodward doesn't like those tyres, so he's making sure that he absolutely destroys them. Doing donuts at the end there.
Trying to get incident points for the.
Well, yeah.
Because it's everybody finished. Everybody finished.
Everybody's
okay,
finished. It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Always good to see people finishing in the right way and finishing in pit road. So a little bit more simulation for realism. Haven't been online for 10 days. Back next round. Okay. Says Lane O'Connor.
Well, come online then.
Next, we will be at Jerez for the next 2 rounds of this series, and that was on September 19th. No, was it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks. Right, let's run through the finishing order. If I can find out where my mouse is. There we go. Cursor rather.
Did you say September 19th or September 9th?
19th, I think.
No, 9th.
Is it the 9th?
9th.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Hate it when you're right. Okay, so Johnny...
Oh, the millionth time in the millennium.
So Johnny Brandon finishes first in the feature race at Oschersleben, round 7 of season 14 of Simability V8ESC. For XVR OAPs, and that consolidates his 3rd place from the first race. Victor Tanaka finished 2nd for XVR North America. In his first race, he was further down the field, 10th, after some dramas. And then Simon Trendle finished 3rd in the feature race tonight for Team Chimera and finished 1st in the sprint race that preceded this. And then the rest of the field. So Bob Woodhouse for NQR Europe finished 4th. 5th was Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Greg Carr finished 6th for NQR North America. Vincent Skilbeck was 7th for Wheelerbins Mayhem Republic. 8th was Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Ant Woodward finished 9th for NQR Europe. My eyes don't work. Phil Keck finished 10th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. 11th was Rob Venn for BSTV Esports Green with his teammate Adam Wright behind him in 12th. Andrew Wood finished 13th for Team Chimera. Bram Dubois finished 14th for NQR Europe. Shubman Vasaikar was 15th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. And then Stacey Boyd was 16th, classified 4 laps down. And Jonathan Cole, 17th, classified 13 laps down. Brilliant race that for me. Lots and lots of excitement. I'd say the sprint race was a bit more dramatic than the feature race for once. The feature race broke up a little bit with the dramas from the very beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a great race, to be honest. I Again, I'm just a guest commentator this week, and I really enjoyed myself. Besides the facts I found from Germany, but
Well,
I really enjoyed the racing. I really enjoyed how close everything got since I last commentated on the V8s, and it's all a big compliment to all the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. It, the field has improved significantly over the years that we've been running it. It attracts different racers from time to time, hence having the Shubham Vasai cars and Stacey Boyd's and Jonathan Coles of this world. It's great having them as part of the field. Phil Keck is new this season. It's been great having them join us, and drivers come, drivers go. They've got real life commitments that it changes from time to time. We see drivers leave and return again because they love it a little bit too much. It's a great league, great sportsmanship. It's not dirty, it's not boisterous in that way, but it's very, very competitive and it's clean. It's well respected now as well, and we're in the middle of season 14, which means we've been going for 7 years or so of V8ESC. Different sponsors, of course, throughout that journey. Right, let's see who is available for interviews. I'm just going to click a few buttons to remove some things that are in the way. Click a few others that bring, other things into view. There we go. And let's see who is first in the booth at the moment. Right, so let's have a word with... Right, let's have a go with this.
Are you just mumbling to yourself because I'm just waiting?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, good evening to Vincent.
Morning.
Morning, even, yeah. From down under. Let me find you on track so we can keep the viewers...
Wait. Is it 10 o'clock in the morning over there?
No, it's just past 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 past 6.
Oh, why are you up this early?
Why do you
Because
think?
I'm always up this early.
Yeah.
V8, let's go!
baby, yeah.
Okay, you go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
That's all right. So race 1, 5th place. Not too bad. You qualified the car in 4th, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
Really sharp qualifying lap. Didn't drop too much in the first race, given the fact that there was some super fast guys out there. Tell us about that race first. I'm going to get on to the start of the second race because I want to understand, were you in your pit lane limiter or not? But talk us through the first race first.
Yeah, qualifying went all right with me. I actually went slower in this session than I have done all week in the V8 Sculpts quali, which was actually in late afternoon, so similar temperature. So I was still happy with my qualifying. The race, the start didn't go to plan. I don't know why my starts have been shit lately. I just got a buttload of wheel spin on the second drive on the start, which put me back. But
you lost about 4 places off the start, didn't you, or something like that?
Yeah. So I knew I had the pace in the car. So I just put my head down. Made a few good moves. Had a few good races with a few of the newer guys near the back. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was good fun watching you come back through the field. And 5th is a pretty respectable result. Then the second race happened. So you started about 6th or something like that. But I could see your lights flashing on the grid. Were you in pit lane limiter?
I indeed was, and I did not realise until I took off from the line and got to second gear, and then it kind of stalled. I was like, oh shit, I'm in the limiter.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't done that in a while, so yeah, that was for me.
I'd like to say I've never done that, but I have, so I'd be lying if I did say that. But yeah, it did put you back a bit, and I think it put you into a bit of track that you didn't want to be in. And did you get hip checked off?
Looking back at the replay, I think it was just 3 into 1 didn't go.
Yeah.
I knew I I was 3 wide going into turn 1.
Mhm.
Turn 2, I didn't know if I was, and looking at the replay, it just looks like I cut back across a bit too much, which then caused the 3/4 car contact, which spun me. So,
Right. Okay.
but no malice in that. So
Well,
it was
you.
just me not
Yeah.
really like realizing it was still 3 wide at that point.
Yeah, and it put you right at the very, very back of the field. But you've managed to make your way all the way back to 7th place, which you can only salute because that is some kind of recovery.
Yeah. I I was trying to follow Simon for a bit after because he spun at
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time. So yeah, I was trying to follow him through. But then I got stuck behind Jonathan for a little bit, which let Simon get away from me. But as soon as I had that incident at the start, my strategy was to pit super early to see if I can get an undercut on people, and then just hope my tires hang on for the rest of the race.
Mhm.
Which it felt like they did until the last like couple of laps, and it felt like I was just losing a little bit in the front. The rear of the car was perfectly fine. I still had perfect drive off the corners. Just yeah, following Greg, I was still getting awesome drive off the corners, but the front, yeah, it just wasn't gripping up for me. But it was fun to drive back through the field. Haven't done that in quite a bit, so gives me some good practice for tonight, which
Yeah, yeah.
still have no idea what split I'm in. So
All right,
it's
okay.
qualifying with a 24-1, so I think 23 high 23s was not cut off for split one. So
Yeah,
I'll see what I do.
I'll see if there's a stream for that later, or tomorrow. Tomorrow, rather, in my world.
Hopefully there is.
Yeah. No, it's been great watching you drive again. At the end of the race, there was it Jamie that was putting you under quite a lot of pressure, and you just had your car very well planted in the right places at the right time, and he had no chance really.
Yeah, I when I was fighting with Greg, I was just keeping an eye on Jamie because I knew he was sitting behind me. I think the closest he got at one point was just under a second. But then I think I got my tires back underneath me and I pulled back the gap to about 1.5 seconds by the end of the race. So I was keeping an eye on him. It would have been interesting if it did become a full 3-way fight right at the very end, but yeah, I'm still happy with that.
Cool stuff. Well, we are at Jerez next time on the 9th of September. Have you raced much there yet at all?
No, like this track, I haven't done a race at all. I've done laps, but I haven't done a race, so it'll be interesting.
You sound just like Wobbly. What?
Okay, Pete.
Okay, what?
No, it's fine.
No, it's what? Have you got a
No, it's
problem?
okay.
You got a problem with that?
Oh, I want to go to the loo. Just hurry up.
Oh, you want to go? Don't let me stop you if you need to, change your adult
okay.
diaper or whatever.
Oh, I'm
going
going to change my adult diaper. I'll be right back.
All right, okay. You go and do that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, honestly,
It's
it's
the
like
beer.
it's like a 5-year-old, Vincent. What am I going to do with him?
He drives like one sometimes too.
Oh, fighting talk from Vincent. I don't think Wobbly was here to hear that. That's class. But no, who would you like to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate that wonderful put down on Wobbly? I mean, your 5th place and 7th place.
Yeah, just everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps the Facebook page running. All our members that turn up every night for each race. Everyone in the league for turning up week on week. It's been good. The numbers haven't started to drop off yet, which is a good sign. I know a few people this round had a few other commitments, but still pretty decent field.
Yeah.
You guys for the broadcast and Simability for sponsoring the season again.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will see you on the 9th of September at Jerez, and best of luck in Scops later on. Vincent Skilbeck, everybody.
Yeah, catch you guys next round.
Cool, right, okay. Next, we will bring in, let's bring in, who are we going to bring in? Yeah, It must be amazing for everybody to listen to me making decisions. Welcome to the booth, Johnny Brandon.
Deja vu.
Deja vu. It feels like only yesterday, Johnny, that we spoke. Let me find you on track.
Got to get some new jokes, haven't we?
We really do, yeah. Right, so first race was a bit of an elbows out situation. You qualified decent, but I think you ended up in about 5th or 6th at one point, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not
So-
like you. You had to fight your way back a little bit there.
I didn't do a lot of practice, as you know.
Well, yes, that was admitted to last night. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the practice before the race, I thought, right, let me just try to start. And my normal way of starting, the wheels just span instantly. So I was like, okay, I can't do that. I just need to be really cautious. So I was really cautious, and 2 cars went past on the inside. It's like, great, it's too cautious. And then I dropped it. I just touched the grass before the final corner and got lucky to come back on and just lose 1 spot, to be honest. Yeah, so quite an exciting start.
Yeah, and again, it's always great watching you make your way back through a field. I don't want to see you crash, but it's great watching you come back through the field. And a 3rd place is great. It limits Simon's victory, in the championship standings. The benefit to that, but then race 2 happens, starting from 7th or something. You kept out of all the dramas at the start. You didn't massively rush to the front and put yourself in at any risk. At the end of the pit stops, it kind of worked out in your favour to a point. And was it Jamie that ended up in front of you right at the pit lane exit? I can't remember now. Somebody did. And
I was clear. I was.
Oh no,
so
you
I,
were clear. Sorry, he came out with somebody else. That's right. And yeah, 6 seconds of lead later, and a massive victory, and it utterly counteracts Simon's victory from round 6, the race before.
Yeah, so I like I said, I had a good start in race 2. I have no idea what happened behind me. I will look forward to the broadcast. I had a good opening couple of laps and made my way up to I think 3rd.
Yes.
And then I thought, right, okay, like there wasn't a lot of pace difference, and it's pretty hard to overtake around here. It's a great track, great track to drive, but it's quite hard to overtake. So I thought, right, I'm just going to start saving a bit of fuel, try and keep it on track, and see what happens. And yeah, it did that. Everyone started pitting. I had no idea how much fuel to put in, so I thought, right, I'll just auto fuel it. I'll just keep going because the drop off's not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure it's going to be that advantageous to pit early. And as soon as everyone else pitted, I did another 2 laps, and the drop off fell off another half a second a lap. I was like, oh god, I've made a right bad decision. And yeah, then I went in and pitted, pressed auto fuel, come out of the pits, I'm 6 seconds ahead. Yeah. So unbeknown to me, I think there was an incident behind.
Yes, there was. Yes.
So with Tanaka and Wilson, I think
it was.
From what I heard in the chat there,
it was a solid air moment of you could have walked between the 2 cars easily.
But well, at that point, I had no idea that had happened.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
I just assumed the iRacing auto fuel would give me nowhere enough fuel, and I was just panicking, going, "Oh my god, what's it done? There's no way I've got a 6 second lead. Something's gone wrong." And just proceeded to panic for the next 10 laps, wondering if I'd make it to the end or not. But
Genius.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, it was very entertaining for us. We've got Jerez as the destination for this series in a couple of weeks' time, 9th of September. Have you done any laps there yet? I mean, I know it's new to the service. Maybe you have. No. Maybe you haven't. No, none.
Don't think I own it.
Right. Okay.
I'll tell you the first corner. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a new and interesting.
I like those tracks though. I like the new ones, so it's good.
Right. Yeah, it's more of a motorbike track. As I understand it, but sometimes
it
those
can't
can
be
make
worse
great...
than this for racing and overtaking.
Right.
So,
okay. Yeah, it's pretty limiting here, isn't it? We were seeing turn 1 as being the best opportunity for people.
It's a great track to drive.
Right.
But the racing was just difficult. I mean, I got past a few people, but it was tricky. You had to have a decent pace advantage to get past.
Right. Okay.
And it seemed like the gap was really close between like a large portion of the field once the fresh tyres had gone off a bit.
Yeah,
so
Alan Toon called it. 14 cars were doing 1 minute 25s at one point.
Yeah, so it was tough.
Yeah, it is tough. And you've shown that you're, equal and better to it. Because you've got a victory, you've got a 3rd place podium finish. and it's been great watching you yet again. Anybody you want to shout out to? Obviously not Lane, because he says he's not been online for 10 days, and he's back next round, so he's not supporting you at all, really.
Especially me, Johnny.
No, you don't thank Wobbly. Don't thank Wobbly.
Well, I'm not going to thank Lane either because I haven't been online for 10 days pretty much, apart from yesterday either. There's no excuse. And I was in the Clio yesterday.
Yeah.
No, Lane will be back soon. I hope we'll actually have some time to practice for the next one, hopefully.
Cool.
Thank you guys, except for Wobbly.
Yay.
Hey, this is the line we always get in every interview.
I'll come up with a new one next week, Wobbly. I promise.
I'm looking forward to it, but to next week or next one?
Next race.
Okay.
I was trying to be nice. Don't be horrible. Pick up. So.
It's okay. I just blamed you for the incident with Victor. That's all.
Oh, okay. definitely not fucking you then.
I mentioned it twice. I mentioned it twice.
If I worked on that basis, I wouldn't talk to anybody else in the league for a while.
I mean, we had our beef on Sebring. That's fine.
Oh, I forgot about that one. But now you've reminded me. I will look it back up again. Great.
Yes.
I think I just heard gloves coming off, folks. Never mind.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll restart it in the chat. We can have our own little thread.
If anybody restarts this fucking beef, sorry, this freaking beef. Excuse my language. Sorry. If anybody restarts this freaking beef, then you're out.
Tempts me.
Idiot. No, great watching you again, Johnny. And
thank you to you guys. Thank you, Simability, for sponsoring the league. That's the important one.
Yes.
And apologies to Adam Wright. I think I may have taken him out.
Really?
You did. Yeah.
Well,
you did.
I didn't on my screen. I didn't even get the green thing up with a Nortec. There was nothing on my screen, but the way his car reacted, I think I hit him. So
yeah, it wasn't that code, mate.
Apologies to Adam Wright.
Okay.
There's one rule, by the way, in BSTV. You never apologize to Adam.
Yeah, never. It is actually a rule.
I kind of feel sorry for him. It happens so much, but he does take more people out than anybody else.
Yeah, he does.
Can you ask
on iRacing, not in BSTV, on iRacing.
It's Bennett. He has two names. It's Bennett or Bennett or Adam Dahmer.
Adam Dahmer, that's the one. Yeah.
Legend. In that case, we will see you.
Sorry, Adam. He's a nice guy. I like Adam. You give him a hard time. Be nice to him. Don't bully.
Nobody's
we don't like
ever
bullies.
nice to me. Nobody's ever said those words. Never mind. Right. So we will see you at Jerez on the 9th of September. Johnny Brandon, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Cool. Right. Next up is going to be, for your interview pleasure, Wobbly, Mr. Simon Trendle.
Hey, Simon. Well, I wanted to congratulate you on your win, but you didn't. Oh, your first race you did.
I did win.
Sorry. Yeah, your first race.
Thank you.
Yeah, it seems like you had a rocket ship under your ass the first race. You just drove away without any competition.
Yep. I was surprised by that, to be honest. I think everyone was just making mistakes. Because I wasn't faster by a lot, by maybe a tenth on some laps, but then Tyler was having laps where it's 6 tenths slower, 7 tenths slower, and that's where the gap built up. So, yeah, I was a bit surprised by that.
Yeah, I even made a comment about you, like, if we took you out of the equation, it would have been a really great race. You're like Max Verstappen of the V8s in the first race.
Yeah, sorry for being boring. After you have all my excitement from Willow, so enjoy that. Because the less we say about Willow, the better.
Okay, so race 1, really good job. I think, yeah, you're right. You made the fewest mistakes of everyone. You had a good start. You ran away with it. Your qualifying was really good as well. I was quite surprised that you gapped Johnny on 1.5, 1.5 tenths. How was your reaction on that? Did you expect that, or how did you feel the track was on your end?
In qualifying, do you mean? Sorry.
Oh, well, in general.
I quite like the track. It's a track that I know quite well from back in like Race 07, GTR2, that sort of thing. So unlike a lot of people, it's not my first time driving here, so a bit familiar with it. And I'd like to say, can you repeat the "I had a good start" thing again? Because normally we get the pistol down
Never
with
been
fast
said
starts.
by
I have not had a bad start in this league for about a year now,
No, it's
so
true. Yeah.
I have sorted that. It's Jamie's problem, not mine.
Yeah, the thing is, like, all Team Chimera guys and team members, they get shit on because of the starts. So I'll give you this one. You had a good start, but I've seen the last race and you didn't have a good start. You lost 2 positions.
The second race, no, I got lost all the positions because Tyler
No, the
bumped
last
me off the
race,
track.
the race before this one, you lost 2 positions on the start.
In Willow,
I don't know. I'm just making things up.
I gained a position on Willow.
So second race, talk us through that because it was eventful to say the least.
Yeah, I got bumped off in turn 1 by Tyler, who didn't even know that he'd done it, which is fair enough. I am invisible half the time. And yeah, from there, it was just a case of chasing. I was surprised to get back up to third, fourth quite so quickly, but I'd had to make the suboptimal strategy to get past the bulk of the traffic, and even then that still didn't work, which was definitely with old tyres, and then there was no... I could keep up with Johnny and Tanaka, but no, nothing I could do. They were just pulling away from me slowly, so spent the last 20 minutes just trying not to die.
Yeah, because the car, you seem to have a lot of damage on the right front. Was the car behaving weirdly, or did you just were lacking top speed?
I don't know, if I'm honest. I set the fast repair to be done. I don't know if it took. I didn't actually bother checking. The car felt okay. I don't know. It's just I spent the whole first stint just behind another car, so it's really hard to judge most of the time.
Okay, well, fair enough. And you had that incident on the first lap. You got back into it, and Pete and me were discussing this as well because racing against you, I know you were a good recovery driver as well, and the fact that you had a really good finishing position in the second race proved that. I think lap 7 or 6, there suddenly was a car completely cross race in front of you in turn 1. You seem to hit it slightly, but what happened there?
Stacy, yeah. It's just, I was weaving down the straight, and I don't know if they were mirror watching. I was desperately just trying to put them off to make a mistake, and I suppose they did make a mistake. But yeah, they compounded it by making it into a spin, which wasn't useful, if I'm honest.
It wasn't really useful. No, that's a one way to.
Be careful what you wish for.
The problem, it was a spin in the long right hander after it as well, so I couldn't get to the outside because, as far as I could work out, their car was going to go wide if they didn't hold the brakes. I didn't want to go there, but there wasn't enough room on the inside, and I couldn't stop the car enough to get there either. So it didn't do any major damage. It just cost a couple of seconds while I tried to untangle myself.
Oh, fair enough. So next week, I mean not next week, but the week after that, 9th of September, Jerez. Is that a track that you think you're gonna thrive well on, or is it one of those tracks where you think like, I never driven it, I have to relearn it?
I better do well because I picked it.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you pick it? I mean, I'm a guest commentator. I don't know.
No,
And
I
even if
picked
I
it.
wasn't a guest commentator, I still don't know.
I picked it, so I better do well. I better start
you pick the
practicing. There's no
GP?
Clios to distract me anymore, so
Well, they come back, and we expect you to do that one again.
well, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is our first submission, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on your result in the first race, and on the second race with a really good recovery drive. Is there anyone you want to thank or want to give a shout out to? For example, me.
No, definitely not you for being unhelpfully advising me in the race yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, I did that.
Just
I
go
forgot that, yeah.
faster. Yeah, thanks, Wobbly. I'm trying. Yeah, not you, Wobbly, but everyone who's involved in doing the league. Everyone who's turned up as usual, and Simability for sponsoring it.
Oh, cheers, mate. Well, I hope you have bad luck on your rest.
Thank you. I'm sure I will if you're there.
Maybe, I don't know. It depends on Clyde.
Right.
Flush him, Pete.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. He's gone. Right.
Go.
Gone. Who was that? All right. Yeah. So next into the booth, I am gonna get one Victor Tanaka. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. How you doing?
Oh, I never spoke to you. I turned you down.
Yeah, Victor's always nice and loud. It's always good.
It's still daytime in the United States, but
Yes,
it's okay.
Yeah. What time have you got over there? You're about 5 hours behind.
Or 4:30 p.m. Yep.
Oh, a bit
Afternoon.
more than that, but yeah. So race 1 didn't really go to plan, did it? You ended up in a bit of a kerfuffle and recovered, let's say, to 10th place.
Yeah, so I actually had a really good start. I think I got like 3 positions. I think I don't remember if it's at a P5 or P6, but yeah, I got up to 3rd in in two corners.
But you were chasing Simon for a while, weren't you? You were in 2nd place.
Tyler. I was chasing Tyler. I wasn't 3rd.
Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so that was it's just very hard to pass here. So trying to get creative and trying to find a way around him, but I couldn't. And then it started getting frustrating. And yeah, I just made a mistake on the second last corner there. Went a little too wide, hit the gravel at full throttle, and the car didn't like that. So yeah, I hit the wall, and that I had engine. I was low on power after I hit the wall, so I was just following Bram around again P10. And yeah, I got lucky that the reverse grid was exactly 10, so I put me in a good position for the feature race.
Yeah, you did, and yeah, we saw the incident. It wasn't much, It was like half a tire off or something like that in race 1. But the impact looked pretty heavy, and you had to wait for quite a while to get a safe rejoin as well. But we respect the fact that you waited for the opportunity to present itself. And yeah, second race, different story completely. Off to the races right at the start. Your launch. Wobbly thinks you've got grip hacks on, don't you, Wobbly?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've been rewatching that launch every single day of my life, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I'll send you the exe file.
Oh man. No, that's gonna get busted, man, because you gotta do it with a PS1 file, otherwise you're gonna get
Start a new controversy for a new Discord argument. Yeah, let's do that. But
I did it once before, right?
Yeah, you've done it more than once before.
Yeah, because I told them that how it works, and then they all got fed up.
No, yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never argued with anybody over Discord.
Not today, anyway. Or maybe you have. I don't know. But yeah, race 2, much more controlled and calm. I was utterly surprised that Johnny managed to get out ahead of you, but your pit stop lane time, the full pit stop time was 45 seconds, and I think his was 41 or 42 seconds. He's pitted on the cooldown lap, so I can't tell. But it seemed like he did it all on pit time, and it kind of erased your lead.
Are you talking Johnny or Jamie?
Johnny.
I think I mean Jamie. Yeah, on the feature race. Because so what happened was I had a 4-second lead over Jamie and 6 seconds over Johnny. Yeah, so
I'm with you now. Yeah, there was the netcode incident with Jamie Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got out of the pits and side by side with him. And yes, the gap was gone. I had no practice in the pit entry, and I didn't want to make a repeat of Willow Springs. So I was super cautious. Plus he had a 2-lap undercut, so he was lapping quick while me and Johnny were still out on the track. Mm-hmm. So it was it was a little bit of both. So he was very fast on his out laps with fresh tires, and then I had a horrible pit entry. And I also took a little extra fuel, just to be safe, and that meant that we were side by side. Like with my experience from, like race 1, I knew it was going to be hard to pass, so I was trying to get creative. I was able to sneak down the inside there on turn 2. Mm-hmm. We kind of banged doors in the straight there, and then I was trying to hold the outside, and then we got tangled in the exit, and then that happened.
It's weird because the door-to-door, and Wobbly was like, "Oh, that's fine. There's nothing in that," and then an even more innocuous little bit of contact. It wasn't even contact; there was air, and Jamie speared off to the right. It was just bizarre. The iRacing gods did not favour Jamie Wilson in that one.
Yeah, so like there's this net code that happens, and then like whenever the quarter panels get together, for some reason iRacing kind of like glues the car together,
Right.
the both cars together. Yeah, and that's that. But either way, like I should have probably give him more room. I was just trying to like, hey, this is the time, I was trying
Yeah.
to go for it.
Well, you've got to a
No,
certain
it was
degree.
Victor. To be honest, it was a fair move, and it was
was,
just
yeah.
iRacing doing iRacing things, just whatever. It's annoying, but it's one of those things.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah,
I don't like agreeing
But,
with Wobbly, but on this occasion I have to.
You
yeah,
always
but
disagree with me.
but after that, like once Johnny pitted, yeah, he had us in like 6-second gap because we lost like 10 seconds. Well, I lost 10 seconds at the incident. Like Jamie lost a little more than that. And yeah, so like, yeah, like 6 seconds behind him, I was pushing. I think I gained like 2 or 3 tenths within a couple of laps. But yeah, it wasn't going to be enough, and I was taking too many risks pushing that hard and hitting some off tracks here and there. So
Yeah.
I just decided to ensure like P2. Like so the same didn't happen like it happened in Willow, that I had P2 and I pushed too hard.
Yep. Well, no worries. It's been your second race has covered up all the not blushes as such, but 10th. I'm sure you would always hope for better than a 10th place finish. Top 5 is definitely your territory, and podium is more likely. So second place in the second race is going to make tonight worthwhile. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and probably buy and then practice at Jerez?
Yeah, a big shout out to Wobbly. I don't know what everybody's going on about. He's a great guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's super
hang
nice.
on,
Yeah.
where is he?
He's my man.
No, I'm gonna flush him.
We are gonna go Victor all the way. Victor, you're gonna get my photo of the day tonight.
And he is that fickle. He will do that.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, he was saying that my move was fair, and he took my side on the Johnny Brandon incident at Willow.
Oh
So
my god.
absolutely, and yeah,
My
but just
side on the Johnny Brandon issue, Johnny Jesus Christ,
What are
Johnny
you saying?
Brandon. Yeah, I'm drinking beer, but my side of that, and that is my final decision. You both suck.
Oh dear.
I do have to agree. But yeah, all the NQR boys. Yeah, but he sucks a little more than I do. But
Oh.
but it's one of those things. To be honest, I reviewed that incident. I saw it, and it was you disagreeing with him, he disagreeing with you, and that's fine. Keep it at that, and let's move on. Next race, just kill each other again.
yeah, and if I do the same to him, I'm sure we'll disagree again. But it's okay.
Exactly. I like you.
So yeah, but all the NQR boys, we like we had a pretty good race today. Like not as good as like Willow, but it was still very good. Tony couldn't make it, so shout out to him. Hopefully things get better for him and his family. But yeah, and thank you guys for the broadcast.
No worries. We will see you on the 9th of September at Jerez. Hopefully not learning it on the day, although you NQR boys don't do that. You practice well in advance. And fantastic racing again tonight. You are a spectacular racer to watch. Victor.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.
See you, mate.
Cool. Right. Next into the booth. Who is next into the booth?
I don't know.
I don't know either. No, Adam. We can't abuse Adam. Let's get.
Adam is not even here.
What? That's what I just
What?
said. That's what I just said. Have you gone mad? Anyway, welcome to the booth, Bob Woodhouse.
Hello, guys.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too
Cool.
bad.
Let's have a look at where you finished tonight. 6th in race 1 and an amazing 4th in race 2. You raced kind of in and around your own teammates for both races pretty much all night.
Yes.
Did you not get bored and just want to slow down and find someone else to race?
No, I was racing as hard as I could.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we was in the racing with Vincent in the first race, I got in front of him, and then I made a mistake. I blew the chicane at the end of the back straight. I locked the rears and went off and got a slow down. And then Vincent got in front, and then I was behind him all the way. And then Greg closed us down, and we were like in the train.
Yeah, it was an exciting train to watch though. You got quite a lot of footage for
Oh, okay.
NQR and for obviously Simability and Wild Rides. But yeah, it's been really good watching you race again. Ant Woodward, he can be he's an annoying person to race around, isn't he? He doesn't give you much opportunity. Although tonight he wasn't with your little group, was it? It was Greg Carr most of the night for you, and Bram was right up there as well. Again, he had a good Willow Springs, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. Bram was driving really well, but no doubt he'll tell you all about his misfortune
he's in
in
there.
race 2.
Yes,
But yeah, Ant was diamond tonight. He jumped me in the pits. I come out behind him, and he let me by, and I made a bit of ground, and then he closed me back in, and then I was just working out where to let him back by, and then he got a slow down, and then I got ahead, and then I was speaking to him about giving him the place back, and then I think he had a mistake with a couple of laps to go, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean,
But
at the
it's
minute,
really good.
yeah, at the minute you're performing very much like Gary Craig in TCR League. You're just either on the fringe or getting like the odd podium here and there, but staying on the fringe, keeping it clean. But you're third in the championship. It's like you're stealthing your way to the front. And we've seen drivers do this before, and Gary Craig is a master at it. Do you think that you can stay there and advance through and maybe challenge for the top spots if Johnny and Simon have some rough weeks?
Possibly. I mean, last week at Willow, Simon had some misfortune, and I was able to sneak a P2 there, but unfortunately Johnny couldn't go off for me.
Yes.
So but it's there or thereabouts. It's like Victor, Johnny, Simon tonight. They were just next level. I couldn't do anything about them.
Yeah.
But I mean, that said, I think Adam was really unfortunate tonight. He had good pace. He would have. I'm pretty sure he'd have given me a run for my money all the way through that second race.
Yeah, we don't agree with that, do we, Wobbly?
What do I agree on?
Nothing. But anyway, Jerez is the next destination for this series on the 9th of September. Have you raced there at all? Do you own the track?
We done an official there at the start of this season, and I love that track. I've been watching MotoGP go around there since the late 90s. I really like that track.
Cool. That's good.
But what are we doing the layout with the chicane near the end?
No.
Or is it the proper
no.
MotoGP one?
The GP one is without the chicane. It's a GP one.
Yeah, GP.
Yeah.
I just want to make one comment, Pete, by the way. Are we interviewing Victor Tanaka or are we interviewing Rob Woodhouse?
When?
Yeah, it's Rob.
No. I know, but Pete knows what I'm. I hope that Pete understands what I'm saying.
Oh, it's because they drive the same coloured car. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, you're such a good
legend.
F1 commentator.
Yeah.
F1 broadcaster right there. Let's go, Pete!
Yeah, I was looking up thinking that's an NQR car on the screen, and then I looked down and it said Victor. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, I've got the white wheels.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
So I just saved you, Rob. So at least
Thank you. Thank you there, Wobbly.
Yeah, let's go. Peace.
That was.
So quite looking forward to Jerez.
Oh, good.
We'll see. But hopefully I'll continue on this top 5 train.
Yeah, I think you're more than capable. Last season, you were doing absolutely brilliantly, and we were saying, and even Alan Toon called it out. There was 14 cars doing 1 minute 25 laps, which is just it shows how close the league is. It's been like this for a few seasons, and it makes for brilliant racing. But no, it's great seeing the number 46 flying around the tracks fast. And anybody you want to shout out to before I let you go?
Yeah, just all the team, and yeah, thoughts out with Tony. Shame he couldn't make it tonight, but yeah, thoughts with him. And yeah, big shout out to all the guys in the team, and yeah, you guys for the broadcast and all these drivers that keep turning up every week. It's yeah, really good season this season.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we will see you at Jerez on the 9th of September. Bob, what else, everybody?
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right. Not many more to go. For your interview pleasure, we have Bram de Bois in the room. Did you say you pronounced his name a bit differently, Wobbly?
Yeah, definitely. Bram.
Bram, it's correct.
Yes, it's.
Damn it.
I know things. As I said, I have a big brain, you know.
No, you don't. It's like the size of a pea or something.
What are you on about? Have you ever met a Dutch guy whose English is this fluid?
Hang on a minute. Give me 20 minutes. Max Verstappen's pretty good.
No, Max Verstappen's Dutch is. I mean, he's talking twangles. Anyway, welcome to the booth, Bram.
I'm Belgian, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But Max is half Belgium as well, so we don't care.
Yes.
And we don't like Max. Right? Do we like Max?
Sounds like Bram likes Max.
Okay, welcome to anyway, just since it goes, man. You had a really eventful, tight, and a really tenseful race. Let's talk about race 1. Pete, help me out there. I forgot where Bram ended up.
He finished in 9th place, so he got a top 10 finish.
Yes, but I think you got hit, right?
No, I think I was okay. I had 0 incident points in the first lap, first thing, so I was good.
How did you enjoy the track? Did you, because you seem to be very tight with the other NQR guys, and Jamie Wilson trying to pressure you into a mistake?
Well, I didn't really like it, but I could get around it quite okay. But then I think towards the end, I took, let's say, the wrong setup, and my
What? Did you take the wrong setup?
Well, no, I forgot I had to jinx in 77 liters of fuel. And then I made some adjustments which I shouldn't have done. So my car was a bit too high and I lost all rear grip, which I then fixed for the second race, which went a bit better until I screwed up.
Okay, well, and then the second race happened.
I'm still pissed at myself.
Yeah, you made quite a few. I mean, I don't want to call them mistakes, but I do want to call them faults. You know? No, I'm just kidding. But it seemed to be going off a couple of times, which compared to how you were racing the first race was unnecessary.
I think first half was doing okay. Then I went into the pit, forgot my pit speed limiter, so I had a penalty.
Oh, that was.
And then what's how you guys say it? Bit hothead driving, and I was hoping to catch Andrew at the end, which I did. Then I was like a bit too happy, screwed up. So I threw it all away. So
yeah, because it seems like you had a small incident hitting the wall, and then you had another incident hitting the gravel again. And me and Pete figured that it was all because of the tires overheating. How did you feel? How did you cope with that? Because it really brings you out of your groove. Did you get back into it? Because it was the last like 6 minutes that it happened.
It was not much groove to get back into because there was nobody really around me. So I was just trying to get to the finish and not screw up more.
And overall, did you enjoy the ride on the Oschersleben? Did you enjoy that, or are you looking forward to the next 2 weeks where you were able to practice the rest?
Let's say I didn't like the racing because I just like a train, but it's nice to just like keep, I think Jamie in the first race for like, I don't know, 20 laps behind me.
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
But next week, Jerez, not really my favorite one. That should be because it was actually my first V8 win. was just basically Tony doing his pit penalties and then Bob going off and me just taking the win. But
Oh, man, a win is a win. We don't care about how you win. It's about getting the win, right?
yeah, well, I'm waiting here until, let's say, all the guys here go off and don't get back on, so I can win a race here.
Well, let's hope for that for the next time. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to, Bram?
Oh, just a team, so have some practice together. I think everyone's doing quite well. Otherwise, you guys for broadcasting. See, you have a new broadcaster, so have to check in a minute how you did.
No, I'm not a new broadcaster. I'm just
For me,
filling up for.
I'm new
I'm
to
just
the
filling up
to
for
the league.
Clyde. I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, well, it was good seeing you, Bram. Pete, remember?
Yeah,
Bram.
I'll forget that in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, I know, because you forget my name as well.
Who are you?
I don't know. Well, good having you, Bram, and I'm looking forward. I might be here next week as well, because Clyde can't fix his internet. So, it was enjoyable seeing you drive and keeping Jimmy behind you for the first couple of for the first race. As you said, 20 laps. That must have been painful. Looking forward to see you on track next time, mate.
Just have to clean out a bit of my small mistakes because they keep getting me.
Oh, you will, mate. We're from the Benelux, you know. We figure out our mistakes.
Yes, we will manage. We schaffen das.
We sharpened us. That's fine, mate. Well, good having you.
Yep. See you guys later. Thanks.
Cool. Right. And last into the booth for our interview pleasure is Shubham Vasaika. Good evening, Shubham.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, indeed. And what time have you got? Where are you? Where are you in the States?
I'm at Boston.
All right.
So
Okay.
it's 5
East Coast.
p.m.
Yeah. Cool. In that case, let's talk about your races. So, more than aware that your rating, I should say, is a bit deceptive because you race above your I rating says your I rating level, but you are racing against people who are a few thousand I rating above you. Tonight you finished a bit lower than I expected you to, if I'm being honest. You got a 16th in the first race, and a 15th. No, 2 15ths. Sorry. Did you find this to be a new experience, or is it a track that you're not familiar with, or anything like that?
Yeah, it was a track I'm not familiar with at all, and I didn't get any practice this week. Basically, I came home half hour before the race started and sat and did some laps, and yeah. So I had no pace over here. Even in qualifying, at least I'm fifth or sixth from the bottom, but this time I was right at the bottom. So yeah, I had no pace over here. But second race went okay.
Yeah.
I think because I got a good jump at the start, and there was a lot of carnage going on in turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I managed to make like 5 places, and I found myself behind my teammate Phil Keck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I managed to hold up everyone for him for like 5-6 laps, I think. that went well.
You're playing point man for Phil Keck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very polished performance in race 2. But I am used to seeing you a little bit further up the standings. You had quite a lot of footage, and you position your car very, very professionally. Let's say you certainly didn't get into any of the scraps that other people were in. It's good watching you race. We go next to Jerez, which is on the 9th of September. Do you own the track yet, or have you practiced there at all?
Yeah, I have the track, but I haven't practiced there in this car. I've done a few laps and done a few races in other cars. I think I don't remember when actually. Yeah, I think it was in week 13 when it was just released. I was doing some laps and did a few races, official races as well over there, but not in this car yet. So soon.
Okay, and hopefully you're enjoying racing the V8s.
Oh
and,
yeah, oh yeah,
um,
oh yeah. Even if I'm a little bit slow and everything, I'm still enjoying. And this race actually, Andrew Wood was
Yeah,
close to me the whole race, and eventually he did end up being fast. But I was having good race with him most of the time.
No, he's a good racer. The Team Chimera boys are nice and nice, safe drivers, and different capabilities in all three of them. To be honest, Andrew usually races IndyCar, so this is a new experience for him as well. He joined us last season, so yeah, it's good to learn with somebody, isn't it? If you know what I mean. Even if you're racing against them, you're still learning from them. You're still watching their lines, and that's really good. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for Jerez?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all of you guys for the broadcast, arranging and everything. It's been very nice. And I also would like to thank team Hydro Race Racing for inviting me over to race with them, and I haven't been able to use the team experience fully as of now, but I think from now on we'll share setups, share notes about laps.
Yeah.
So that we can get better in practice and better at that. I've got Phil Keck with me, who is very fast.
Yeah.
And so it'll be good to learn from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we look forward to watching you race again at Jerez. It's on the 9th of September, so everybody needs to tune their calendars to make sure that that's recorded in there and they don't miss it. Great watching you race again tonight. Shubham for Psycho, everybody.
Thank you, B.
Right, that's the end of the racing here at Oschersleben. As noted, we go to Jerez on the 9th of September for this series. Don't miss that. Don't miss TCRs this coming Wednesday. Pete's forgotten where it is again.
Yes.
Is it there as well?
No, Suzuka, mate.
Could have been. I don't even know. I'm gonna go and check now. Just one sec. Suzuka. Oh yeah, because that's Gary Craig's favourite track.
Definitely, yeah, and he's gonna bring up the fact that they have a setup on IVRA which has 1.5 wing, and it's faster than without with more wing, and he's gonna bring up that relentlessly.
Okay, excellent. I can't wait for that. Always good to get a scandal, especially from Gary. But we've got another challenge before we go to anywhere else, and that's to choose tonight's driver of the meeting. So,
can I go first?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because Victor really liked me. It's going to Victor.
Oh, that's so fickle. It's unreal. Right, let me find Victor. Just one sec. I'm going to put them in now so I don't forget, because that's what I usually do. Excuse me. Victor gets a point. Right, where do I want to put my vote? Whew, this is a difficult one. This is not an easy choice for me at all. I think Vincent Skilbeck's done okay, but then he was in an incident in the second race and did a good recovery. And I don't know, actually. There's so many balanced races tonight. Johnny and Simon kind of exchanged first and thirds. Tyler did very well in the second race. He didn't do as well in the second race. Sorry, he did all right in the first race. I think based on consistency, and he's done this a few times before, and the fact that he kept it squeaky clean pretty much both races, I'm going to have to go with Tyler tonight. It was either Tyler or Bob Woodhouse for me, but Tyler has done a great job. He's been in view. He's done some great racing, some good overtakes. He's kept it clean, and he's put some good pressure on people. So my vote goes to Tyler. Right. So let's bring Oschersleben to a close. We'll prepare ourselves for TCRs on Wednesday and the 19th for the next V8ESC, Simability sponsored, obviously. Thanks to Wobbly for joining me in the booth. It was a last minute decision, and obviously thanks for covering for Clyde. All the races that turned up tonight, 17 this far into the season, is very good for V8s, and we hope to get more once the holiday season sees itself clear. And thanks to everybody that watched tonight and participated on the chat. It's always good to see your comments and interact with you. It wouldn't be anything if you weren't there. So thank you. I'll bring the broadcast to a close and hand over to Wobbly.
Oh, thank you all for being here. Thanks to all the drivers. It was lovely filling up for Clyde. I might be here in 2 weeks if Clyde doesn't fix his internet, and if he does, I'm not here. Anyway, it was eventful to watch. It was good racing, and I hope you all had a blast watching this. Catch you all later, and have a good night.
Yeah.